Here we're going. We're just
everybody.
going. Whatever.
It's
I
Sunday
just
night.
switched. I switched to the thing. It's fine.
It's fine.
This
If
isn't
you're-
Dungeons and Dragons. I'm chill.
No.
For Dungeons and Dragons, that's every Thursday night, and Blazing
Look,
Dark
I'm
is
gonna-
every Sunday night.
I'm gonna change it. Hang on.
That's just a variant on.
I'm gonna change it. And I know there's a way to do it. Oh no, OBS disconnected. Why? Oh man, we're not live, are we? Did I lose you guys? Oh, son of a. Well, cool. All right, this is all great. This is all great. I don't even know if I'm still streaming. I might be. Something might be going on. Oh well. So far, this is off to a great start. This is going great so far.
Josh,
Yep.
I don't see
I'm here.
Johnny.
I don't see him either. Something weird happened.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know.
Hey!
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know, man. Like we might still be live. I'm not too sure right now. Something's going on.
I got a black screen.
You got a black screen? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
neat. Everything's good here.
Everything's fine.
Yep,
Fine.
This is all great. Everything's going so smoothly. I'm very happy with all of it.
See.
I think this says we're streaming. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. We're gonna go with that then.
Look, we might be streaming.
People might be enjoying it,
Look.
and that'll be great.
People might be watching.
We are streaming. I see us.
Yep.
I do.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Look, we might have been streaming for some part of that. I don't know
Who knows?
what happened. I'm gonna try and change this so it doesn't say Dungeons and Dragons, and I totally remember how I did this before.
No, I see you, Mike. I hear you.
I don't see.
Nah.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't hear you.
You
and I don't
may need
see
to
you.
reset, Mike.
Okay.
They're saying they don't have you.
Yeah.
Apparently, we can't play with 5 of us tonight. It's only going to be
No.
4.
Yeah.
Last man in.
Everybody takes a 15.
Left out.
Everybody
Yeah.
takes a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
We rotate.
Yeah. We're
Josh
not-
stays the whole time, and we just all rotate out every 15 minutes.
Yeah,
There
we're
we go.
obviously not all allowed here.
No.
And man,
All
there's
right, I see everybody.
yeah, cool.
Good.
All right, and there's some way to do this. All right, where is it?
It's all good.
I did it
Yeah.
before. I did a lot of like switching it. I found it somewhere, and I thought, oh, that's where that is. I'm gonna remember that.
That's
Our only user right now in chat is Drew. So
Yeah,
Drew
This is
knows
aware
we're not
that
a.
this is
Drew
not
knows we're not a
D&D.
D&D.
'cause this is just a giant mess. It's in here somewhere. All right, look, let's just make this
And listen, if
what?
we get some guy that's here that's like looking for D&D and he
Yeah,
stumbles
what are you
upon
doing?
us, we'll
It
just have
says this isn't
we'll have to
D&D.
soak him in
Look,
with our
here it is.
charisma and our
Right.
Well,
great role playing.
Wait,
And
there
got
is
it.
a
we'll get
video
another
of
follower.
D&D
Here
on
I am.
here. If you click videos, you'll see D&D.
Like a
There you go.
video. Yeah,
3 days ago.
It's
You can
not
watch-
live.
You can watch D&D. It's not live, but
Right.
Tabletop RPGs.
it's live.
Boom.
Now we're tabletop RPGs, right?
Hey, yes, we are.
Back to Twitch. Wait, channel. Go to our channel. Look, this is the best episode we've ever done.
It's not the worst. Actually, it might currently be the worst.
That might be the worst.
We'll see.
This is great TV.
Yeah, that's also true.
No, that night we all kept getting kicked out of Roll20.
That was right.
That was
True.
the worst.
That was bad.
That was
We
bad.
stumbled out of the gate. We'll
Yeah.
be all right.
All right.
what
So
was the worst?
anyway, hello
Yeah,
everybody.
you know what? Why don't you just start it from here
Yeah.
and then you can edit
Like
the
this
recording.
no, yeah, I'm not gonna. do
Okay,
that.
then don't worry about it. This
It's
is
all
what it is.
been fine. It is
This
what
is
it
all extra.
You get it. Bonus content.
This
That's-
certainly is
that's
extra.
Screwing around, trying to get it working. All right. So this is what like. All right, I had all sorts of problems getting connected, and like nothing was working. And I finally did a bunch of things. I've done so many things. I uninstalled some Windows updates. I changed a bunch of settings around. I fiddled around with this stupid thing for so long, like an hour. Anyway, now we're finally actually doing an episode. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
You
This
should
is-
have used more horse blood.
This is Blades in the Dark, and
Or ectoplasm.
I've lost my will to live.
Ectoplasm.
Anyway, this is Blades
Do
in the
you
Dark.
want me to introduce?
Last time what happened was these guys they climbed up on a balcony and jumped into Red Sash headquarters, and they were going to zip line out, and it was going to be super cool. But then they really got in a jam. They were going to just find some info about what the Red Sashes were up to, because they heard the word on the street was the Red Sashes were going to try to break into Bellwether Crematorium and swipe back one of their dead bodies and find out who killed it, which would obviously lead them back to this crew if they were able to get any information out of it. So in order to stop that, they wanted to figure out, well, what's the plot? How are they going to pull it off? So they got it, and they overheard a conversation that wasn't quite enough for them to go on, so they decided to try and find some physical documentation of whatever their plan was. They ended up finding some other information and following a woman who seemed to be kind of a higher up throughout the mansion, when it occurred to them that, oh, maybe this is the leader of the Red Sashes. They didn't know if she was, but it seemed like she could have been. So after quite a moral dilemma, Luca left the room and left Sarge to his own devices. And, well, we know what Sarge did, because it's what he does. Despite some objections from Puka,
Thank you.
yeah, Cricket managed to put the stun on her with some trance powder.
3 sixes. It was amazing.
Yep, rolled 3 6s, really tranced her. And so then instead of going back up to the zip line, they busted out her window. And
No, we opened up her window because we're not barbarians.
right, they opened her window and
This is the barbarian.
out into the
And
garden,
closed it behind us.
fled into the
We
street.
didn't tramp the pansies on the way out.
That's right.
Yep. And
Smash
so
up the window.
we are picking up, I believe, back at HQ.
Yes, though, question. So, finishing off what we did last time.
Yeah.
I remember when we first created the crew, for some reason, we had to pick like our whatever, like we picked espionage.
Yeah.
Is that just for Charter Hall? Like, what the hell does that mean?
So
Or is it like every time we do
Is that-
espionage, something happens?
so that's your specialty.
Yeah.
when you-
Clearly.
yeah. Right.
That's fine.
Yeah. You are the best at espionage, and that's all you ever do.
Yeah.
In a
as
1 block radius. Yeah.
So the deal is with that is when you're doing it in Charter Hall, you get a bonus that is.
Okay, well, don't worry about it right now. Yeah, don't worry about it right now. I just wasn't sure if it came up now or it's just espionage in Charter Hall. We'll look it up then
Yeah.
for next time.
Yeah, you get a bonus somewhere. Somehow you get a bonus.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it now. We're not in Charter Hall.
Because
Yeah, hunting grounds.
we haven't actually done that yet. So
No, because Charter Hall is going to be difficult.
No.
Max
you're picking
security, max wealth.
crows.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
long,
great.
long
It'll be fun.
It'll be fine. So yeah,
yeah.
I can let that out.
When you do preferred, it's right here. When you do your preferred operation type, which is espionage, in your hunting grounds, you get a +1 die to any gather information rolls, and you get an additional downtime, a free downtime action as a crew to contribute to that operation. So if
Got
you're
it.
planning an espionage.
Basically, we'd get a free downtime gather info there.
With
Got
a +1 die on the roll.
Okay,
'Cause the
pretty good.
idea is you can get better information because you've got contacts, you've got people, you're used to working that, you know the right buttons to push if you're going for information there.
And we all look like we belong there, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good.
So so we can jump in however you guys want, but we've got
Yeah.
we've got some conversation that seemed like it was going to happen based on the events of the last, and then we've got a little bit of downtime left to wrap up. So
Did we do our negatives, our heat and
We
everything?
did not do the negatives.
No.
We did the
We only
payoff.
did the positives.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's what we've been doing, so I figured we hadn't
Yep.
done the negatives.
So we still have all that heat and consequences and stuff to do at some point when we're ready.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, you guys all make it back to the hideout. You know, going through the streets from Crow's Foot to Charter Hall, and don't arouse any suspicion. Just out for a stroll, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't break up, or if we don't completely break up, Puka is silent on the way back to the hideout. Like, he won't talk to anybody about anything.
Sarge is pumped.
I killed a lady.
He hasn't built
Finally
to be
got
that important since the Unity Wars.
With her own weapon, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I think Cricket's quiet at first, and then like halfway through, he starts to be like, "Oh shit!" Like,
What do we do?
muttering under his breath, like, "All right, what are we gonna do, guys? What do we got to lay low for a long time."
Yeah, and Luca's contemplative quiet, but he's also like, you know, doing the whole glance over his shoulder and like checking rooftops and things as we're moving. Just, you know, make sure we're getting there, and like if Sarge stops to like piss on a sidewalk or something, he's like, come on, we'll do that when we get, you know. He's like, you know,
You can hold it.
yeah.
Sarge is
Yeah, he's kinda-
wants to get to the hideout.
He's trying to
can
like
geek out.
shoo us away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get back to the hideout.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as we get in, like we close the door, Puka rounds on everybody, just turns around, furious. What the hell was that? What are we supposed to be doing here?
What do you mean?
Okay, what was the job? What was the plan? Luca, you are the one that has a problem when plans go wrong, eh? Right? We do that first job down at the warehouse, huh? Sarge kills everybody, and you're all pissed off because it wasn't the plan. So what was the plan tonight?
The plan went exactly as I was hoping.
Oh, really? So it was your plan. You didn't feel like we needed to know that you wanted to murder someone tonight. It wasn't the plan to go, get information, and get the hell out without drawing any more suspicion to ourselves.
You know, sometimes the needs of the long-term plan outweigh the needs of what we need to know right now.
What the hell does that mean?
What's the
You
long-term
sound like
plan?
a politician.
The
You might
long-term
as well
plan
be
is
the frickin' council.
no, that'll be later. But for right now, we've taken a step in the right direction.
How have we? How have we taken a step in the right direction exactly, do you think? We've handed the Red Sashes exactly what they wanted.
What they want? Their leadership tightened?
No, they wanted someone who could ID who's been killing their people. Do you honestly think that the Spirit Wardens have her body right now? Someone as important as her.
The Red Sashes know about somebody being dead in their building will be the...
Sorry, say again, Mike.
I think that the first that those Red Sashes know of anybody being dead in their building will be the Spirit Wardens knocking on their door.
Oh, aye, but you don't think they'll have contingencies in ways in their own hideout in order to hide a body and then talk to the spirit in some way?
Shit.
Aye, shit, indeed. They don't need to go to the Spirit Wardens anymore. They might still, see if it's a different crew, but no, they'll get in, they'll go to the Spirit Wardens, they'll get the body and be like, oh, these fucking blokes have been killing all of us. What is this crew? They don't even have a name. Let's go murder them.
Well, that sounds like we need a name, don't we?
Oh,
No,
right, so they can
we
brag
need to-
about who they killed.
We need to disappear.
We need something. It's not going to be good.
What's
So,
the
Puka, what is your
long-term plan?
objective? What is your objective here then? Just run around and talk to ghosts. Turn around and talk to ghosts the whole time.
Oh, I was
Like,
clear about that from the beginning. I wanted to get into a crew to talk to ghosts more.
Well, I think, helped you accomplish that.
Oh, certainly. Well, as I am a ghost, I'll get a chance to talk to plenty, assuming the spirit wardens don't just, murder my spirit and soul.
I have a question.
So
No,
you didn't think that?
Question.
Say again, Mike.
I mean, this is a real question.
All right.
So we killed these people, right?
Right.
Do you have a way to get their spirit right off the start? Like, right from the start, grab their spirit and put it in your jar.
No, I don't currently have a way to do that. That would be very handy right about now.
It would be. It just occurred to me as you were talking about, them being able to interrogate their own spirit.
Well, I'll work on that, assuming we don't get murdered in our sleep.
So your idea, your belief, just so I can make sure I understand this, is that you didn't think that taking jobs for the fucking lamp blacks and then killing Red Sashes wasn't going to at some point like draw attention. You just thought that we just run around and
problem with eventually drawing attention. But when it's off the plan and we're just doing things willy-nilly, murdering whoever we feel without any type of contingency, that's where I have a problem. Because none of you seem to have a damn understanding of how the spirits work and how much trouble we can get in just by murdering people left and right. Now, if we do what Sarge is saying, which is build something that we can actually harvest those spirits before they can get to us, great. That'd be fucking fine. But right now, we don't have any.
But that was a turning opportunity. That wasn't a nothing.
There was only one that we killed. We didn't take out the teacher. We didn't take out the assistant.
Sure, those bodies they'd probably pass off to the spirit wardens. But if this really is the leader of the Red Sashes, well, now they got a ghost to talk to.
Then we've accomplished a goal.
What?
Oh, gotcha.
Again,
our names are known and we can't show our faces on the street. I'm looking forward to that.
What's our goal?
How do they know who we are anyway? They wouldn't be able to ID any of us.
We're a bunch of nobodies doing a job for the lamp blacks. We just helped accelerate a war.
Oh, great.
It's already happening anyway.
Great.
It'll be more ghosts for you to talk to.
I hope that's all it is. I hope it's as simple as that. But honestly, I'd be watching your back the entire time.
I watch my back all the time. I've never lived my life without watching my back. When you grow up in crow's foot like I have, you learn to watch your back.
Oh, good. That's good for you. Now the rest of us can be paranoid as little bastards like you.
You're a ghost hunter and you're not paranoid already. I'm a little confused.
Why would I be paranoid about ghosts?
Because you talk to ghosts.
For a living that are crazy. Ghosts make sense. They've got ill objectives and they know what they want and they go for it and you can figure them out. It's the living that all of a sudden you decide you're just going to kill somebody because they happen to be at the top of a food chain that you're at the bottom of.
Exactly. I'm glad you were seeing. Yes, that is exactly right.
Right.
If you have a target of opportunity that comes into play, then you have to play it. Like that wasn't part of the plan, but it wasn't not part of the plan either.
But this also isn't a war. It's not our war, unless that's also part of your plan, Luca, is to throw us in the middle of it.
Nope, not in the middle of it.
I think we really need to know the long-term plan.
I still think that this could turn out where this leader got killed, but it doesn't, and it raises overall tensions in the area, but it doesn't come back on us.
Well, I certainly hope
it comes back on us.
I can only hope so. But I agree with Cricket. What is your long-term plan for us, Luca?
I think I was pretty clear about it to start with. Y'all just didn't read the email that I sent, so I can't help that.
Email?
Check your email.
You're at talk. What do you...
These living bastards, as you call them, well, they need to go. They made a mess of this city, and we're here to clean it up.
Okay, well then maybe can we find a better way?
Yes.
A way to clean it up that doesn't just happen to happen when it happens. so that, all of a sudden we're not just having to deal with the living and the dead.
Why do you think I was so upset about the first time we did it? Because we killed a bunch of inconsequential peons that brought more heat upon us. I'm not saying we're going to willy-nilly just go out and kill everybody, but this was, as Sarge said, an opportunity that presented itself. And when these opportunities, let me put it this way, if that Lamp Black leader, Bowzo Bowles, whatever the fuck his name is, if he had met with us in private, there would be another dead leader along with whoever this Red Sash lady was.
Okay, well then
So
can
we're
we at least...
assassins?
Yeah, we took the wrong true name.
We're assassins?
No,
Seems like change crews, please.
Seems like assassins to me.
Espionage specialist.
Look, I'm in this for the money.
Espionage.
I'm in this for the money to stay alive as long as I can.
and
I don't mind
And I would
killing
say-
bad guys. I don't mind.
would
It
say
doesn't
the
bother
last
me, but we gotta.
I
I
would
want to
say
stay
over the
alive.
I would say over the last couple of weeks you've been compensated very well.
Yeah, I agree. I
So then-
don't have a problem with that.
Then your number one goal is being
Last
met.
night we made plenty
Yeah.
of
Well, also staying alive for as long as possible.
Are you dead yet?
Not yet.
Can we agree to something then? Can we at least hold off? I like Sarge's idea of having something so that we don't just be dropping bodies that don't need to be dropped and then, brought back to haunt us. Can we at least hold off on dropping another body until I can figure out something so that we can do what Sarge said, steal the soul before the wardens or anybody else can get to it?
Do you think that can really be done?
Well, I can try and figure it out.
I was just talking, but if you think it can be done,
I don't know that it can't be done.
that'd be a powerful.
Luca, if an opportunity presents itself, I will not pass upon that opportunity. I've lived this life too long in these circumstances to allow this, and I kind of point around to happen.
Yeah.
Right, our mighty hovel that we're living in an abandoned, crumbling tower on the wall somewhere. I've lived my 28 years under this, and if the opportunity is there, I will take it. Otherwise, no, we're not going to go just out willy-nilly start knocking people off in the streets.
All right. Well, then I
not-
at least hope that we don't find somebody else for you to kill before I get a chance to figure this out.
I have a question. In terms of our group plan, now that we've accomplished this thing, and that was an accomplishment. It may not be an accomplishment that you like, but we did accomplish a thing tonight. That cannot be denied. We have information. We have information about how they might be able to get in to steal that body back, and they still may move on that.
Aye.
But we have a criminal organization that has twice had their leader removed in how many months?
The Red Sashes.
It was the Crows.
Crows lost one.
Yeah, Crows lost a guy who was keeping the peace.
Oh, I thought the Red Sashes lost somebody.
No, it's the Crows that lost
They
somebody.
lost some 6 nobodies.
Yeah, that's true. And there's a woman, I don't remember her name, that took over the Crows, and that's kind of why some of the tension started back up.
Because she's terrible,
But yeah, that seems right.
and she's on the list somewhere.
You have a list? Can we see the list? Who's on the list?
Wait,
You've claimed you don't want to be assassins. Therefore, I'm not going to let you know that we're. But just understand,
Let me know that we are assassins.
I don't feel like we're being assassins. I feel like we are meeting goals.
Shit. Well, if it pays well, I can be an assassin. Just we gotta figure out how to lay low.
I believe if we really were assassins, we would not have left anybody alive that could have identified us, including that teacher and that assistant guy. So we're not just knocking people off. Sarge's first escapade notwithstanding.
I feel like if you have a list and you're crossing names off, that's
I didn't
like
know that
assassins to me.
I didn't know that that's what our goal was.
We
to leave
could have also killed those. We could have also killed those two.
People alive since then. But
We also could have easily taken out those 2 guards that were guarding the wagon you were driving if we had so desired.
Yeah.
to be killed.
That's like war. Killing everybody's war. Killing like a few important people as assassins.
No,
Again,
not a
I'm
few. Just
fine
one
with
or
if
two.
somebody's paying. Just let's go about it the right way.
Have you been compensated?
Yeah. I want to stay
You've been
alive. I'm a
paid.
little worried right now that I may not make it
You've
through
been
these
paid.
next few
So
weeks.
I think we've reached an agreement then.
Okay, great. We're all in agreement. And Puka, he gets up, he storms out, he slams the door. He's out.
Everybody needs to prioritize lowering our heat right now.
I mean,
Not just
the nearest thing I can tell is that I'm the only one of us here that has been taking the heat off of us. So before we think about what Luca is doing to our crew, just keep in mind Luca is the one that's keeping this crew from having the heat brought down upon us.
I love this.
It's true.
It's true.
All of you guys are like sitting around, like going and meeting your people in your dens, or you're going to hang out with your kid, or
You don't know
whatever
that.
the fuck-
Yeah, you don't know about the
Oh, sorry.
That kid's
Going to
gonna-
hang out with some woman on
Doing
4th
whatever you
Street, or whatever it is you
Someone
do.
on 4th Street.
And Puka goes out and does seances in a graveyard or something, and I'm the only one that's out there trying to keep the heat off of us. So let's also keep that in mind before we start casting blame about, oh my God, we're assassins. You want to live in this city? Then you need to figure out what you're going to do, and you need to figure it out quick. If Puka don't want to be a part of it, Puka doesn't have to be a part of it. We can lay him down alongside with the rest of them.
Man, we probably could have got paid a lot more if we agreed to assassinate her.
Yeah, but then they know who did it.
It's a balance, huh?
Yeah. By my count, we've killed 7 people, and nobody has any idea who we are.
Yeah.
I'd say we're doing okay.
So I just want to mention, you could be assassins. You can change crew types. That is an option that you can do.
I didn't think everybody would go for my long-term goal of being assassins, so I went into espionage,
Yeah.
and
I can lead to
people having to get
assassination.
killed while you're being a spy.
You need to know we were
part of it too,
assassins.
That's how much assassins we are. We're so
Same.
deep cover, we don't know we're
I mean,
Even the
assassins.
assassins don't know they're assassins.
Maybe over the past
I mean,
week, this crew has grown into something new. They
A
got together.
reputation.
They thought they were all espionage specialists, and as they
Turns
started working
out-
together, they came to realize, oh, we just murder people.
We just
Luke-
murder people.
Luca didn't think we'd have such an opportunity on our 3rd mission, so it's on our 3rd job, on our 3rd score. So
Perfect
it's,
opportunity.
we thought we'd be there eventually, not after 3. So
So just keep that in mind. It's a thing that can happen.
We can choose. Well, we can
So
choose
you
to
are
switch,
allowed
or
to-
it can switch.
you are.
You
I say you are allowed to change.
You can. Yes, you can change crew type. You can also. I mean, so there are 2 kind of ways about this. Like, since we've only played a few sessions, if you guys really feel like the PC type that you like, the playbook that you picked isn't really a fit for what you want, cool, you can switch it up. Otherwise, you can always, you can decide that your character grows into something new and it doesn't quite fit anymore, and they shift into a different playbook. You can do the same thing with a crew. You can say, well, we started off just trying to steal documents and, that kind of thing, sell secrets, and we realized we're pretty good at, being assassins. So
I don't think that we're primarily assassins. I think that assassination comes up a lot, but it's not.
It comes up a lot. I don't know how. It just comes up.
It's scary. It's scaring me how much I'm agreeing with what Sarge is saying. But yeah, I
Us too.
actually agree with that. Like, it just
I guess Puka's
the
good.
opportunity
Yeah,
has
Puka's
presented
gone.
itself. Yeah.
I
don't think
understand
about the
opportunity, but I didn't
don't
think,
think
it
about
The things that Sarge says make sense.
I don't think about the first score. Like, the first score is out of my mind, but the second
Yeah.
and third scores, we played the shadows very well, and we
Yeah,
just had an
I agree.
opportunity, and it jumped
agree.
in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't disagree. It's fantastic.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if Puka comes back though, or if
He needs
there's
to
a new
go blow
guy.
up
If there's a
some
new
steam.
guy showing up to our crew.
No, he's just very
If the cutter
stressed.
shows up. Yeah,
He's just very stressed, and
Stressed
he needs to go
about-
de-stress.
Yeah, stressed about ghosts.
Stressed about ghosts.
just about goes.
Maybe we need to go brag about this to everybody, and then we'll start getting
There you go.
some serious coin.
Yeah, no, we definitely need
No,
it.
They'll
that's
hire
not-
us for the
that
big
is-
jobs.
That
Yeah.
is not how that works.
No, we are not. Like
No.
anyone that we did.
That's how I think we are the most shadows. Is that we don't want anyone knowing that we've done all this.
Right.
Not yet.
Not yet.
yet.
Not until we're so big.
Reputation, though, man, they'll pay well if they know
We
the
don't need
Red
that
Sashes
anymore.
leader.
I mean, and honestly, that's the thing. Like right now, we're sitting on a bunch of stuff that can be sold, and we've got all those contacts that right now aren't worth coin until we find a way to sell them. Yeah. Was there something else?
I thought we got the coin for those already.
No, we got the
No.
coin for actual coin and jewels.
Yep.
We didn't get the coin for the lists that we found and the all the information that we found.
Yeah. So yeah, you opened her, like she had a little stash in her office that you burgled on the way out. But yeah, you have this whole list of kind of their agents and where they have them placed in other factions throughout the city that you swiped. So
And then
that's
didn't we
useful
have
information.
some kind of plans that they had from
And you got some of like their sort of drug business stuff.
right.
Yeah, some documents with details about their drug dens, sort of the inner workings of that, some business agreements and things that, might be intended to be secret. So yeah. I will mention that, you have this item in your crew playbook that says, get XP when you execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation. That could say accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom instead. Just putting that out there. So
You mean if we were assassins?
Yeah, for example, murder could be it. But
Nah,
We're
that's not
getting our
too
heat
much
all the
heat.
time?
Nah, we're doing
Yeah.
it fine. Yeah.
Plus 2 heat, no matter what we do, is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 1 for 3 in the espionage and sabotage and
We did.
theft.
We burgled every time. We've been really good at burgling.
1 for 3?
Yeah,
Really?
1 out of 3.
3 for 3 burgling.
We're fine.
That's true.
Wait, we got information that we needed.
Yes, we espionaged in this last one.
That was a success.
Yeah.
yeah, very
Oh,
successful.
that is true. I guess we have
In the
thefted
first
technically
round?
all of them.
We got the tools that we needed to get, didn't we?
Yeah, we burgled that.
Yeah,
That was good.
That is
So that's
true. Yeah.
That's 3 for 3.
Yeah, we're 3 for 3 on being shadows.
Yeah.
We're also 2 for 3 on being assassins. So we're shadows.
So we're
Yeah.
better at being shadows. That's exactly
Clearly.
right. See.
Right.
Cool. So
Bad stuff.
yeah, let's do some downtime stuff. So you got your payoff, you got some coin, but you're also gonna get some heat right now. I would imagine.
Yeah. There was a little murder going on.
Just a little. So I think this probably still qualifies contained in standard exposure. It wasn't loud and chaotic. It was all kept within the mansion, but the Red Sashes are gonna be aware that something happened.
Yeah.
Yep. So that starts us off. So that's 2 to begin with, plus 1 for a high-profile target.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hostile. It was not hostile turf yet. I think it might become hostile turf at some point.
No, we don't even have a name. They can't. They can't.
You're not at war with anybody. Killing adds 2. So that
Sweet.
is 5 heat.
I
for
have
that
added it.
job.
I have added it. We started at 1 though, so
Yeah.
our entanglement was based on that, right?
So your entanglement is based on.
I thought it was based on your starting heat, like the heat you started with before you went in.
So entanglements, you do the consequence matches your current heat level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
So
I
you
thought for whatever
roll-
reason
yeah.
last time it was the opposite.
Yeah, no. So you roll your wanted level, which you're still not wanted.
No,
You
somehow.
haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
But you will get an entanglement.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
It will be
Oh, we'll
good.
be fine.
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah,
one.
we're at 6.
Oh,
More ghosts. It'll
look
be
at
fun.
that. 4
Do you
and
like ghosts?
6. That's a good roll.
But we go with
That's a lot of entangling.
So we go with a 4.
Right.
Yep. Which is still,
Oh.
still
Still
pretty
not
good.
great. Yeah. Oh,
What's
it's good
our-
for the storyteller.
Heats at 6.
Hmm?
Oh, heats at 6.
He is at 6.
Well, this is a juicy
Just
one.
6 though.
I like
Yeah.
this. Let me see what this is. Hmm. Oh, which one of these do we want?
All of them.
Just pile them all on. It'll be fine.
Yeah, y'all notice like Luca's like his old demeanor and attitude is actually it's well when Puka when you finally get back it's changed a little bit. He's a little more
My boss.
confident maybe. Yeah, he's
Got a swagger.
He's like we've knocked off a big person. We've done a thing.
We imagine
Life
something.
goals met already. Check. Yeah, he's like he's got a little more.
I want to see this list.
swagger about
A little more hop at a step.
yeah, a little more hop in his step. Yeah.
Hmm.
Slippery as our next one.
Oh, this is cool.
Until this thing happens, then he's going to lose.
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
the thing's going to happen.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sorry, I think I know what's going to happen. I just got to read a little bit of something here.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause this is cool. Oh.
So we did all of our while he's reading that, we did all of our downtime stuff, right? Besides the entanglements, right?
Yeah, all of our score stuff. Yeah. So we did all the positives, but we haven't done.
But we haven't done
We haven't done
downtime yet.
Oh, we haven't done downtime.
Nope.
And we
That comes
haven't
after entanglement.
upgraded
Okay.
our crew.
Yeah,
Okay,
and upgraded
all right.
our crew to tier 1. Okay, while he's figuring that out, what's our name?
Yeah, you guys need a
I mean,
crew name.
if we're gonna be tier 1, we gotta have a name. Lucas Legion won't do it.
I mean, I liked it, but
I mean, it's fine.
but
but
I'm becoming a little bit of a megalomaniac, so it's okay.
yeah, we don't.
Legion sounds like an army.
Yeah,
I mean, aren't we? I mean, we've killed twice as many people as in our crew. I think that qualifies as an army.
but you've got one guy in the army. I guess he's a one-man army. That's fine.
I mean, and this is working out well. But yeah, we can call ourselves something else. What do we want to be called? I mean, Puka's upset with us right now, so I don't know if he would really even.
Liars. Liars.
I mean, I'd say something relatively innocuous if we're trying to. I don't know. Trying to think from Lucas' perspective, so that we're staying under the radar until we're ready to be over the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Names are the hardest.
Yeah, names are the worst. Now it's time to name something, man.
we live in a watchtower, so it could be like the tower guards or something like that. Something.
The Watchman.
The Watchman. Yeah, the Watchman.
Yeah,
Tower
Watchtower,
Boys. Uh,
Watchman. Right. That'd be fine.
It's a tower. I was thinking of more astronomy bent. Because you'd go up in a tower to look through a telescope or something like that.
I don't think there are stars anymore in this world.
Are
there?
Yeah, there's still stars, right?
They're in the water,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what I read somewhere?
The
It's
sea,
like stars in the water.
so yes, the sea looks very much like the sky. So you have a starry night sky, and then also a sea like a starry sky. This is just sort of this void with points of light below the surface. which are probably
It's
fine.
way too
I'm
weird.
sure it's fine. It's
Really
fine.
weird.
So Mike, what did you say for a name? I think I missed it.
We could be like the astronomers.
Astronomers. Luca doesn't even know what that means.
Flashback to where it got explained to Luca.
Like, you need something like the stargazers or something. 'Cause, like, astronomers, that's way too many syllables. He would like, you know, you get the impression Luca like never sat in a classroom before. He's yeah.
He wouldn't make it in the military then.
Taught himself to no, he would not. Taught himself to read as well as he can, but astronomers would probably be a little more on the advanced level. The astronomers makes us sound like we're too well educated.
I mean, one of us is at least.
And there's like 1.5 really smart people in this group.
1.5 smart.
You think Puka's a half?
I don't know. I was giving them like both 75%.
What's your cat's name?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out either.
Can we just name ourselves after old
cat
name there? I mean, we're like cats. We sneak in, but we'll tear you up if you piss us off, apparently. The black cats or something. What color's your cat?
Yep.
Gray cats. Black.
What color what color was my cat on this cool
That's just it. Yeah.
color mini that got made for me? Hold on, let me look up.
I think it was
He
brown.
is
Yeah, it's like
he's more of a gray. He's a gray and white look,
gray cats.
really cool color, by the way, Josh. Really
Everybody's
like
got
it.
colors, right? Aren't they like the blue cloaks and the red sashes and the?
Not everybody. A
Plant
lot of
black.
people have colors.
Has
Plant
anybody got
black.
gray yet? Anybody
Yeah,
got-
there are gray cloaks. They're
There are green
former-
cloaks.
Nah,
they're
We could be
coats.
gray
Yeah, like
wardens.
former coats.
What color's the best? Be that color.
Yellow.
What's the best?
It
Yeah,
rolls
yellow.
the best.
Yellow. Yes, the yellow are the best dice color.
Yellow jackets.
we're the yellows.
Yellow.
The yellow.
jackets.
The-
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
Murder.
pronounce it yellow.
Murder
And everybody
hornets.
thinks that we're
Yellow.
just
You guys
scared.
are murder hornets.
Murder.
You're the murder hornets.
We're the
Nah.
murder hornets.
Not quite innocuous enough.
Yeah, I might hit a little too close to home too. I'm not sure. I don't know. What are y'all? How are y'all like dressed? Are y'all dressed in any like particular way? That's
Puka's dresses up. He looks a little fancier. Except for when
I'd
we
say
go on
I'm-
jobs, he'll take off like the fancy vest and jacket.
I'm a little bit along those lines. I mean, you can see us here on the screen.
Yeah.
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 I'm
I was
kind of like
thinking more in,
merchant,
color.
merchant dress, like,
like a color scheme. Are we all like
Oh,
gray
drab.
and drab because it's this
Browns.
dark world we live in, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Right.
noticed.
I mean, Sarge looks like he's been in the military for 30 years because he has.
There we have to come
Anyway.
back to it.
I
Yeah.
like something with cat. I like being the cat being the
Sorry to bring
mascot.
that up.
I mean,
Anyway.
technically we haven't made tier 1 quite yet, so
Right.
we
We're
can
almost
still
We've got another 10 minutes.
yeah, we got another 10 minutes on
Yep.
it.
All right. What happened
So
to us?
here's what happens.
And I'm thinking about my cat name while we die.
As Puka is in the process of leaving, an individual shows up, and Puka, you're the first to see this individual. As this person is approaching the tower and seems to be heading straight for the tower, which is unusual.
Yeah, it's hidden.
It's hidden.
Right.
And this person is dressed in very fine suit, and wearing a nice hat, and has very fine features. Is pale with high cheekbones and very piercing, like very light blue eyes. And Puka, from the moment you see this person, and they see you as well, and make eye contact with you, there was something really wrong. Like
No.
real wrong. Like your senses are going like, no,
Like-
no. Like this
like-
is
Like vampire wrong?
no worse,
Okay.
worse. Like more wrong.
Or
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And they're approaching the tower. Would you like to step back in so I may speak with all of you?
Look around.
Oh, shit.
Wait, step back into there.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just grabbing a quick smoke in there.
Well, I haven't seen your friends come out yet, so I assume they're still in there.
My friends, no, I was just in there alone. Yeah, it's a nice quiet tower to smoke in. Nothing else, much else. So,
Well,
who are you again?
I'm going to go talk with your friends, and you should probably be there.
What's your name again?
You can call me Corson.
Of course. Why don't?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't we come out and meet with you rather than you come in there?
And just talk on the street corner for any passerby to hear us.
What? I don't exactly know you, so
I prefer to do my business in private, if you don't mind.
what business is it that you have with us?
I have an opportunity for you that I would like you to pursue. I think you'll find it worthwhile.
But we don't usually meet with people here.
Well, we'll continue that policy. Don't you worry.
All right, why don't you come in then?
Great.
No, I'll
And
lead him in.
as this person gets close, as they kind of walk up alongside you, you feel very cold.
Can I open myself up?
If you want to.
Of course, Puka always does that.
Okay.
Desperate.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, what is it?
No, this is risky.
Risky standard.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
I'll take the 5.
Yeah, I imagine you will. Okay. So you're opening.
I'm trying to figure out,
sort of like-
what's so different about this person. Is this a husk? Is this a demon? Is it a vampire? Like, what's going on that I'm getting this cold feeling from this person? What's so off? Are they possessed? Trying to get a sense of what's in them that's so different.
Okay. So yeah, this is. So you don't necessarily get a complete sense of. Well, you don't get like a, oh, I know exactly what this creature is. What you do get is you understand that this is something beyond your comprehension. This is not a ghost. This is not a spirit. This is not a husk. This is not a vampire. This is
Something else.
Something else. Something. And you feel as you sort of reach out, you get a sense of its mind and its essence for just a brief moment, and in that brief moment, sort of the rush of kind of the weight of eternity and space and the sort of everything that possibly exists in the world and ever has crushes on your mind for just a brief second, and in that instant,
You're dead.
No,
Level 4 harm.
no. you take
making a new character.
you take a level 1 harm, is that you're just sort of shaken from that very brief contact, and it's this mental kind of like, oh, if I stayed in contact with this thing any longer, my brain would fold in upon itself.
Don't do that again.
Because I can't possibly fathom the nature of this being. It's too
I assume
vast.
that would be resolved to resist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and resist that.
Okay.
One bonus die because it's resolve. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
So you're able to like, you get that brief flash of like, whoa, there's way more here than I can possibly like my human mind can deal with. No.
Yeah. And I barely push it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look at you. That was a bold choice. Not many of your kind come away from that quite so well.
Well, I'm a bit daring, I suppose.
I should say so.
I'll lead him up to our room.
Yeah. So
you should hold on a moment. I'm gonna step in. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you as we step in there.
I don't think you need to worry.
No, I know, but I feel as though some people in there might get trigger happy seeing someone who shouldn't be here. And I just want to try and curb that, even if you'd be fine.
You're looking out for your friends.
I believe I am.
I understand.
If you'll just give me a moment.
Of course.
I'll step in, and all the anger that Puka had as he left is gone, and he looks shaken. Like, he still looks disturbed. He's probably paler, and looks like what a normal person would look like when they saw a ghost. He steps in, closes the door, his hand shaking a little bit. We have a guest who's just on the other side of that door, and
Shit.
they say they've come with an opportunity for us. Don't know how they found us, but they seem quite powerful. Not like the Red Sash lady powerful, like honestly, I don't know. I've never encountered something like this, but I just wanted to warn you before it came in.
Something?
I mean, was it a male form, or did it have a gendered form?
Indeterminate.
Okay, it's Pat from Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing that doesn't present as,
it's humanoid,
typically male or female.
Gotcha, but it's a humanoid, right?
It is humanoid. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, of some sort. So yeah. Puga doesn't assign a gender to them.
So I like sit back in my chair, and clearly I've got like pistols under the table ready, and I say, Sarge, go stand by the door.
Just to warn you.
Stand by the door.
I don't know if that'll work, but if it comes to it, we'll figure it out.
It's better we're in the right positions if it doesn't work.
Sure.
Cricket, have one of your whatever it is you have ready.
Grenade? Okay.
Your bandolier grenade. All right, no, I'll open the door for them.
And this individual that I described, the Puka outside, steps in and glances at you, Sarge, next to the door. Cute. Would you like to have a seat? And you feel very, very cold as they are standing next to you.
Back from it. And look over at Luca.
Make yourselves comfortable.
Sorry, actually, I didn't hear that last part. Sorry, everything got frozen on me for a second.
Okay. So it stepped in
So whatever was just said.
Yeah, so they stepped in the door and looked at Sarge and said, "That's cute. Would you like to have a seat?" They kind of stepped back and looked to Luca for like, well, what do I do here?
Who are you? What do you want with us?
You can call me Corson. And I have something I would like you to do for me.
How did you find us?
Well, you've been doing quite a bit around this part of the city. Well, Crow's Foot and the docks. You've been very active recently.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you don't. Anyhow, things have become a little... The imbalance there is threatening to tip a little further than I'd like right now. And I think you can help get things back in order, so to speak. Or at least the kind of order that I'm looking for right now in Crow's Foot.
The order that you're looking for in Crow's Foot.
Yes.
Huh. That's interesting. Why don't you come over and have a seat, Corson?
Thank you. And Corson approaches the table, and you all, I mean, even though you're not necessarily attuned or even used to ghost and spirit stuff, this, I mean, you get a real weird feeling as they approach the table. Nothing you've ever sensed before. You get just this very uneasy feeling, and you feel cold, and any liquids that you might have had on the table freeze as they approach the table. So, as I'm sure you are aware, your exploits, things are not going so well for our friends, the Red Sashes. And the crows, they're suffering somewhat from the loss of some of their resources. And the Lampblack are poised to profit from this. And maybe getting a little closer to having their way in Crow's Foot right now. And I have an interest in the situation there continuing a little longer, the way it has been going these past several weeks. So, I would like to ask 4 of you to push back against the Lampblack a little bit in order for things to develop a little more, shall we say.
So, let us suppose that we have an interest in what you are talking about. What's in it for us?
Let us suppose that. Well, what's in it for you is that you get to continue doing that which you are so keen on doing.
So you're saying that if we don't accept that we won't be able to continue doing what we're doing?
Precisely. You understand.
Well, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah, what are you?
I'm Corson. And I've been here far longer than you can comprehend.
Who are you working with?
Working with. I work with whoever I choose to do things for me when I need them done.
So why us?
Well, you have to admit, at least you bear some responsibility for the current situation. The Red Sashes would not
Still
have
don't
had
know.
these setbacks without your actions. Nor would the Crows. Well, the Crows may still have had they found someone else to do that, but
We had nothing to do with the Crows.
with them losing some of their
Oh, I thought you were talking about the change of the change of their hierarchy.
No, since then.
No. And so you're just an interested third party, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way.
We don't generally think of it as a setback. We think of it as progress.
Progress
Can you
towards
possibly give us a little more information about how we're going to achieve this balance you're talking about?
Yes. Or, well, I suppose it's more continuing the imbalance. But not so imbalanced as it is now. Just enough to keep everybody at odds for the time being. The Lampblacks have recently taken a little bit of ground for themselves that I would like to see back out of their hands. And so if you can go there and remove their people in whatever way you see fit, then that would deal a little blow to their current ascendants.
All right, so we are assassins. Got it.
There's the one way to do it.
There are many ways to achieve such aims.
I look over at Puka. What is he doing?
He's studying Corson and looks confused. I mean, you've known him long enough to know that usually, his face would be more blank and his eyes would be darker, and he'd be, like studying this person. And it seems like he's holding back, like he wants to, but he just can't. He can't do. So he's just looking confused, trying to figure out, this person like everybody else does with regular sight. Why this particular piece of turf, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, it recently belonged to the Red Sashes, and it was quite lucrative for them. And now it's become quite lucrative for the Lampblacks instead. And I don't necessarily need the Red Sashes to have control of it. In fact, they may not be in any state to do that right now, with what's going on behind closed doors there. But at least if the Lampblacks don't have it, then they will lose some of the hold they've gained recently.
So can we hold this territory?
If that is something you would like to do, then that is fine with me.
So you don't care who holds it. You just don't want the Lampblacks to hold it.
Not currently.
I think is
No. As I said, they've gone a few steps beyond where I would like them to be at this point in time.
What does this hold, this turf, what does it relate to? What is lucrative there?
Oh, it is a place of sort of, I guess you would say, higher clientele than the Lampblacks are used to supplying with their various narcotics and other mind-altering substances.
Drugged in.
Yes, as
Out of character, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just looking at our Guskamoose.
Yeah.
Gusk.
Yeah, I mean, just in case that's what it references.
Good old Gusk.
Guskamoose.
Yep.
Oh, I bet this guy's Gusk, actually.
This is the muse of all
Secretly
Scott.
Gusk. Yep.
Guskamoose. In disguise.
Mm-hmm. Figured it out.
it'll take us a little bit of time to scope it out and recover from our recent exploits, since you seem to know so much already.
Of course, I don't expect you to do it immediately. I understand that you wish to take the best approach for you and your people. But I would ask that you don't wait too long.
Okay. We keep what we find?
Yeah. I don't care for anything they have there.
I'll look around at the other three.
I have several ideas that wouldn't involve killing anybody.
Same.
I have several ideas that will involve killing people.
Well, then we have plenty of ideas to use.
I can just level the turf.
All right.
Destroy it, take it over, do whatever you wish with it. As long as there are no Lampblacks left in it by the time you are done, then I will be satisfied.
And I trust you're not going to let interested parties know where we are.
No, of course not. You may prove yourselves useful.
Luca completely misses the whole condescension in that statement right there. It just completely goes over his head.
Not so for.
He's thinking to himself, "We're damn right we're useful." Yeah.
That's the name. The useful.
The useful.
The useful
The
boys.
Useful boys.
The usefuls. All right. We will look into this, assuming you give us the particulars of where we're supposed to go,
Of course.
where this place is.
Yes, do you have a map here or anything? How do you... Or would
Yeah,
you
I'll
like
pull
me
one
to-
out.
Ah,
Like a cricket.
Roll it out.
so yeah. Corson points to a spot that is, I will tell you exactly where it is. It is in Crow's Foot. Of course.
Oh, we're fine.
Of course.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Told y'all we should have made that our hunting ground.
I know, yeah, you should have. So it is on. Can I find this thing? Okay. It is on Candle Street. And it is a stone building. And Corson points it out on your map. You will find it here. Any other questions?
Okay.
So how long have the Lampblacks held this territory?
Oh, it's has not been very long, a few days. They moved in the wake of the Red Sashes having to withdraw somewhat
So they're
from their
happy to
activities.
they maybe.
They're what? I didn't hear that.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either. Okay.
I will pay another visit when you have finished.
Looking forward to it.
Don't keep me waiting too long now.
We'll get right on it.
Good. And should you have second thoughts about doing this, just know that I may find you not useful. And I don't tend to keep things around that are not useful. Good evening, gentlemen. Pushes back from the table.
Good evening.
And as Corson leaves, that chill leaves with them, and the liquids on the table start to get some condensation as they start to melt or return to liquid form from their frozen state.
Puga just slouches down in his chair, like exhausted.
So one of your friends, Puka?
No,
Hear that?
I have no idea what that was. I have never seen anything like it.
Have you ever heard of a creature having that sort of cold, just like starting to be comfortable?
I'd have to look into it. I don't know.
We got to figure out what that was and how to kill it.
Hey,
There's no killing that.
I don't think that's something you kill.
We're just going to be his bitch, his pawn, the rest of this existence.
You were the one
That's
that
our
wanted
name.
to-
What's his?
You were the
what's
one
his
that
name?
wanted to live longer,
What was his name?
Corson.
Corson.
Oh, there's our name. Corson's bitches. Corson's pawns.
If you want to go to an early grave, sure, we could try to figure out how to kill it or kill them. But
All right, calm down, everybody. I think that, like, for right now, we need to look into what he's talking about. I think that none of us felt comfortable with him here, and I think that on top of everything else, he knows where we are, and that's problematic in and of itself.
He knows everything.
He does seem to know everything.
What is he, a god?
But I'm gathering from Puka's white face over there that he was something a little more than just a normal individual you see walking on the streets.
No shit. He throws the water on the table, just sitting down.
Right.
He's pure evil.
So I don't know if we can necessarily do anything about him at the present moment.
Yeah, well, I got a new end game. Kill the monster.
It seems we all have particular goals.
Damn it.
I have no goals.
If it makes you feel better, Cricket, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't particularly like him knowing everything about us or knowing where we are. So when we do find the means to exterminate that thing, I'm all for it. But in the meantime, we need to investigate, and I don't mind what he was saying.
No, I mean, I don't care about taking down some lampblacks. That's fine. Just that guy. That thing.
This may be a good opportunity to trade with the lampblacks.
I'd imagine we have something they'd like.
Yes.
This is information we just found.
Yep. And they're not too attached to this turf. They only just got it.
They might be willing to trade it for information on Red Sashes or on the informants in the lampblacks.
Right.
Y'all don't know how these gangs work. They're not here to negotiate. They are here to take what is theirs and then take what is yours. We give them the information and they're still going to stay there. That's how Crowsfoot works. That's how it has always worked.
I don't know.
And you see like Luca, like he's got his pistol up and he's like rolling it around a little bit and like sighting it down a little bit as he's talking about these gangs in Crowsfoot. He like spins it around, like puts it in his holster, like really, aggressively.
So you're saying you want to do this one loud?
Wait, I'm just saying we do this. We figure out what's there, and then we do it however it needs to be done. And if we can sell things, that's fine. But I would rest assured they're not going to leave this place, no matter what we give them.
No, we could find out how willing they would be. And that could decide. If they're not willing, if our contacts can't confirm that they might be willing to leave the turf for some good information, then we could do it out.
Turf is power in this city. Turf is power in the neighborhood. Turf is power everywhere. They're not going to give up turf for information.
Yeah, if the information is who's got a knife to your
It's
neck,
not
you don't
that
know
good.
about it.
There's no information that's that good.
Oh.
Nobody could bring us information to make us want to give up our turf.
If you told me how to kill that guy, I would.
Or if you told me who exactly in my crew was actually for the other side. We've got a list of names. That's powerful. That's important information.
We have a list of names.
You do
Yeah.
have a list of names.
Yeah, we do.
Red Sashes that have infiltrated other gangs.
Right.
That's the city.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't tell me that.
You were contemplating killing.
You're busy. Yeah, you're too busy thinking about.
Don't keep me in the dark.
Yep.
Don't keep me in the dark about things. Yeah.
You were there.
All right. Well,
You weren't there. You were preoccupied, I think.
Yeah.
let's rest up
Aye.
and then let's investigate and see what we get out of this.
All right. And I'm gonna work down a lead about the spirit wardens. See if I can get some information to them so that they know what the Red Sashes are planning.
Try not to bring back any more friends like you just did.
I did not bring back anyone. I was walking out.
I'm just saying you left and you came back and the person was with you. So I'm just saying, you know.
Well, it was an opportunity. Let's call it that. All right.
Luca
fine.
laughs.
We'll get up and head back out a little less angry this time.
A little less. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we got some downtime activities, and then I think if you're choosing to, we might have a crew to upgrade.
Yeah, we do.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, we got 2 upgrades, right? Because we marked our XP full.
Yep.
And yeah, we got enough to
Wrap up.
tier 1.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can go up. Yeah, you can become tier 1, and then you'll also get your XP stuff, your crew advancement. So yeah. So what's everybody doing with their time off over the next couple days?
I'm gonna go.
Number 1.
Yeah, indulge the vice. This time I'm gonna go watch my daughter from a distance, not actually like see her, because I'm afraid that I'm like being watched at all times by this creepy guy. So
Okay.
I'll just spy on her,
Okay.
creepy like spying on kids.
So you do, you kind of looking on her here and there, and there are a few times where she seems like she might be expecting you to arrive or come along, and she kind of waits and doesn't see you coming and gives up on it and goes to find something else to do. But she seems okay. She's doing all right.
All right, so that's 3 down. And stress. That's how that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Puka, you're going to
Father Yorn.
Father Yorin.
Yep. House of the Weeping Lady. It was.
Are you okay? You seem a little rattled.
I am. That's why I'm here. I just need to, Right.
Of course.
Of course.
Please. Shows you
Go and
room. Yep. Nice friendly spirits to chat with.
talk about normal things.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect.
Look at
I keep waiting for that 6 to come up because it's been 5 every time, and then I take some off. I'm like, I'm gonna overindulge.
that. Too much spirit stuff.
Yep.
All right. Sarge or Luca, what are you up to with your first
Mm,
bit of time here?
I'm
I'm reducing some heat
Okay.
because, again, since I'm the only one who cares about that in this crew, that's what I'm doing.
I plan on doing one this time, considering how much heat we have for reasons that are obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit the streets in this downtime action, and probably be a little more inconspicuous, and since I do know that we could be wanted.
Okay.
But yeah, try to hook up some contacts and see if try to deflect a little bit.
Okay. So you're chatting with your folks that you are in touch with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. They chat with you a little bit about. Did you hear the what happened over at the Red Sash HQ? things have been.
No, what happened?
Well, there are rumors that a lot of their leadership was withdrawn into the headquarters, and they're keeping their interest in the city going. Of course, they entirely, but they seem to have sequestered themselves somewhat. The leadership there, and I don't know, seem to be. I don't know, seem to have suffered a setback or something that they're working on.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crying shame.
Yes.
I guess the land blacks are showing their muscle around here, huh?
Must be. Or if not, maybe, maybe that's the story we want to tell.
I mean, it's the only story I know of.
I think we can probably help spread that story a little bit.
I mean, it's clear that this war between the Lamp Blacks and Red Sashes is clearly been accelerated.
Certainly has. Maybe the Lamp Blacks are making a big show of it, so everybody will realize they're the true power. We shall see.
We shall.
So, if you want to make your consort roll, see how much word they can spread around the town this time for you.
Not very much.
No. Well,
It always does something.
yeah, it's
Never
something.
does nothing.
So which one get you?
Not a lot.
Uh,
I get one.
yeah. So you get
I get the one. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 are all the same according to the.
Yeah.
so yeah, you get to reduce the heat by 1.
I was probably a little distracted. I was probably thinking about our next job too much when I was having the conversation. Didn't
Yeah.
really sell it very well. Yeah.
I took it off.
All right, Sarge, what are you up to?
Sarge walks over to the night market and stands outside of the veil and just shakes his head. Walks away because he can never go there again.
The old veil. Yeah. Man.
So he's walking down the street.
You can put on a costume and go in.
He's no, you can't. He's walking down the street and he's just sort of walking aimlessly, just thinking like, where can he just escape out of this for just a while? Not like too long, not like last time, but like just enough.
Yeah.
He ends up in Barrow Cleft and he's walking down the road and sees Averick's powder den.
Yeah.
And figures this might not be the solution, but this time it could be a solution.
So,
And he goes in there.
welcome, friend. What can I do for you? What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm not down for committing to a thing, but I'll try several.
Well, what kind of mood are you wanting to put yourself in? What kind of escape are you looking for? We got a few different things we can do for you.
Nothing that's hallucinogenic.
Just something to numb the senses, dull things out a little bit.
Yeah, let's try that this time. That's
Oh, good. All right. right this way, and take you back to a room and get you set up with some various powders. Let me know if this does the trick. I think you'll find that it's quite effective in helping you forget the troubles of the day.
All right.
So you got a nice comfy little room here.
All my vice in.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Just easing you into it, you know?
Yeah. All right, that'll have to do for this time. Now I definitely have space to roll over a 4. So I'm going to go and try to... Oh, sorry, we're at our first point.
Yeah, so on to our second round of
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
downtime stuff. What's Sarge up to? Where's he heading?
I'm going to go around Crow's Nest and see about getting some heat off of us.
Okay. So, what are you looking to do? You looking to talk to some people?
Yeah. What are different ways you can do that?
I mean, so you can really use any of the actions to try and reduce heat. It just sort of depends on kind of how you want to
Just kill the right people.
Yeah. I mean, you can, so for example,
Assassinate the right people, yeah.
yeah,
That's
so, command, you can try to, intimidate or threaten people, be like, hey, you heard what's going on, you could say whatever you want about anything, like you better keep your mouth, don't run your mouth about that. You try to talk to people or other, people who might be friendly, kind of what Johnny's been doing, consorting. You can
tinker away some heat.
I mean, you might be able to, if you can justify it somehow.
Find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could, because Tinker, what does that cover?
So, modifying, disabling, repairing mechanisms, disabling traps, picking locks, cracking safes, using clockwork and electroplasmic devices that you find to your advantage. So,
I mean, yeah, like there might be something physical to indicate somebody else, or something physical that could wipe that we were there.
Implicate the lampblacks.
okay. So yeah, you can try. I mean,
This could never go wrong.
No, it'll be fine. So yeah, you can try and intimidate people into thinking the lampblacks have done it. You could prowl around and try to plant some clues that make the lampblacks. You know what?
I wanted to plant some evidence.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So you're gonna try to kind of sneak around. Where are you gonna try to plant something that'll point back to the lampblacks?
I want to stash some rapiers.
The rapiers you stole.
And I want to stash them underneath some stairs that go to the lampblack held business.
Okay.
In a way that the rapiers could eventually get found.
Okay. Great. So yeah, make a risky prowl roll as you try and get in and out unnoticed to one of their spots.
Wear my cloak while I'm doing it too.
Cool.
It's risky.
Yeah, because there are lampblacks around, and get in, get this sort of
with a bunch of swords.
Yeah, get them stashed real quick without anybody noticing, and then get back out without drawing any attention your way.
Prowl away.
Okay. So yeah, you find one of their sort of like lower tier drug dens. One of the kind of the places where they, they do their business, but it's not, it's not as upscale as the Red Sashes. Not that they're particular upscale because it's crow's foot and nothing really is. And you manage to kind of, case the joint, stake it out, look for an opportunity where the people who are watching the place are distracted, and you kind of slip in, slide them right under there, and manage to get out. So yeah, you are reducing heat by 3.
All right.
Down to 2.
Good job.
Thanks.
So yeah, seems like
their heat.
Seems like somebody picked up on that, and word out there on the street is the Red Sashes are really unhappy with the Lamp Blacks for having gotten some of their people at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we still got Cricket, Puka, and Luca with another downtime.
I'm gonna work on the Zippity Zap.
All right. Cool. So I think you were still studying at this point,
I'm
right?
studying.
Okay.
Studying.
So go ahead and roll your study.
And I took my new ability is the analyst.
Okay.
So I just get 2 ticks to distribute.
I'm not judging.
Yeah. Okay.
I am not.
That is a
judge.
special ability on a different character sheet.
That is a special ability.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. I think that has
Ticks.
something to do with consorting. Yeah.
To distribute to any long-term project clocks that involve investigation or learning of new formula or design plans. So do I just get those 2 for free?
Yep. So yeah, you just get those off.
And I'm rolling for more?
Yep.
Okay, cool. A study roll.
Mm-hmm.
And I also am an artificer, so that's when I'm inventing. I get +1 result level to your roll.
Cool.
So, just risky standard.
Yep. All right. So you'll get 3 more ticks since that's bumped up. From your
Sweet. So
artificer.
that wraps that
So
invention up.
fills that clock. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
So now you have a plan.
I have to make it
that.
now.
Yep.
I drew the picture.
So yeah, you figured out. You've got notes. So yeah, kind of what that represents. You got notes. You got plans. You figured out how it all fits together. You've done enough tests to know that, like, oh yeah, this will work when I put it together this way. Some prototype things like that. So now you're ready to build the actual functioning real thing.
Okay. I was going to ask you. So there's supposed to be like a process we go through. I don't know if you want to go through this some other time, but like I think you can give it like downsides and stuff. And
yeah, so you and I can talk about kind of
right.
what exactly it looks like, what it's going to do, what some of the drawbacks, downsides might be. So yeah, we can
do that some other time.
That out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. The zippity zap. I'm
reducing our heat in the future.
Yep.
Future heat right now. Everybody's gonna be able to have one of these if they want.
Cool. All right, we got Luca or Puka. Luca?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna continue working on my long-term goal as well.
Right.
After I've tried to reduce heat, not as successful, I'm gonna go somewhere else and continue to consort and try to, not so subtly build us up.
Get the word out there. We're bad dudes.
Mm-hmm. But we had nothing to do with anything that y'all think we had to do with. Nope.
None of that was us. But trust us, we're you don't want to mess around.
You don't want anything to deal with us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and roll your consort.
Can we do this better this time?
That's better.
That was better.
Yeah. So yeah, so you get 2 ticks on your project clock.
Sweet.
Getting closer. Word's getting out. People are
Building us
starting
up,
to know.
boys.
It's just
We're gonna
man,
definitely have to have a name
I
by
was
the
gonna
time
say,
this
yeah,
clock gets done.
not having a name is
Yeah.
holding you back a little bit, but you'll get there.
I'm working. I'm trying to go
Yeah.
through names right now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah. So wait, who
Yeah,
am
we
I
don't
looking
come back
out
to
for?
like the-
Well, us. Yeah, like
Yeah.
me and my.
Yeah.
Well, so who are you? Well,
Yeah.
Don't
You
you
know, I should
worry
come back to the. Come back to the tower. Luca's got like this chalkboard, and he's like written a bunch of names up there, and he's like crossed them out, and then he's like, like broken pieces of chalk all over the place. It's like, God
Yeah.
damn it! Why can't we come up with a?
all right. What's Puka up to?
Well, so that sort of depends. Do we feel like we've reduced our heat enough, or do you want me to try to take off those last 2?
Yeah, we're fine.
You sure?
We can't be a good gang without a little bit of heat. Come
Are
on.
you okay? Are you sure?
Absolutely. Yeah, we.
All right. We can't possibly get 7 on the next.
No.
Oh, we
No.
can, but it's
Yeah,
all
we
right.
will.
Don't
All
worry
right,
about it. We'll be fine.
I won't worry about it. All right. Then in that case, I am going to do 2 things. I'll spend a coin for the second one. I'm going
I
to
want to.
train and fill up my playbook
Nice.
to take strange methods. So when you invent or craft a creation with arcane focus, take +1 result. Begin with an arcane design we can talk about later. I have no idea.
All right.
And so for the coin downtime, what I want to do is start to invent an arcane device.
Okay.
I don't think Puka's to the point that Sarge was talking about, or like trapping souls. But I'd like to create a device that wipes the spirit's memory from a recent kill. So like block out the last 5-10 minutes of time before they died. And some type of arcane device, crystal or something that would allow us to kind of do a memory wipe.
Okay. And so the idea is to pull a little bit of that essence out. So it's after they've died, not before. It pulls
Right.
a little bit of that essence out. It kind of identifies, okay, what's the part of it that's gonna be their recent memory, and just get that out of there before.
It's got to be used right away. Like it's got to be used on a fresh kill. It's not something you can.
Off the top.
Say again, Mike.
Take a little off the top.
Just a little off the top.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like Cricket's thing, we'll start 2 8-segment clocks. So this first one of kind of researching, doing arcane research and learning a little more about the sort of finer points of spirits and what kind of device might be able to do that. And then once you figure that out, the second part will be, okay, now I've got to create the thing through this sort of arcane, it might be sort of part ritual, part construction, part, sort of whatever you come to as you figure it out, which, like I said, we can work out details of what that thing actually is. Getting one that works. Cool. So, yeah, so we'll start with some studying on what that might be.
And you said that was a 8 count?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 8-segment clock.
All right. And all right, so let me tinker.
I spent a coin to take 2 in the playbook.
To train. Okay. Cool.
Yep. Just trade.
Now we need to spend some coin on upgrading our
Yeah.
crew, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You will need some coin for that.
So should we do that
Oh,
now?
how much coin do we need for that?
8 total.
Eight coin total. We've got 4 in our combined hold. I've got 2.
Well, if everybody gives 1, we should be good, right?
Does everybody have 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 1 left.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ransack this place in a minute and get a
Get some more.
bunch of coin. We get to keep everything this time.
I guess that's the one benefit of this creepy ass employer is he doesn't require any,
He doesn't care.
No, we got
any
to
other resource.
So
Yeah, I'll throw.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll throw in a
Yeah.
coin.
Yep. So,
Cool.
And then our coin off of our group.
Right. So you're ticking off your first clock there, Puka.
Yeah, and I guess it's 3 because strange whatever lets me increase the level by 1.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would go from two segments to 3.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right. So we're doing some crew advancement.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And I do want to spend 1 coin on training as well.
Cool.
Then we got to pick our crew advancement.
You can improve something by 1.
So there's several things that we're doing. So yeah, that first one is you clear your advancement tracker and you either get a new special ability from that set of stuff or 2 of the upgrades under crew upgrades. So that's the shadow specific things or layer quality training or cohorts. So either 2 of those or 1 of the specials. So, yeah.
I think slippery.
Try to manage our entanglements a little better.
And it improves reduce heat.
Slippery?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get an extra die when reducing heat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can
we can use
potentially
that.
lower your entanglements and also keep a little more heat off because hard to pin you guys down.
What are elite rooks and elite skulks?
So those are what's that word that I keep forgetting? It's the same thing that
The cat is
the
just
cat is. Yeah, the
NPCs we control.
Yeah.
whatever that
A cohort.
cohort. Yeah, they are cohorts that yes you can send out to do various things, and those are so skulks. So basically, they get an extra for being elite. They get an extra die when they're doing actions related to that function, rooks and skulks. And so what rooks do is rooks are con artists, spies, socialites. And then skulks are scouts, infiltrators, and thieves. So that's a gang that works for your crew. And so when you create them, basically you've got them, and I don't think, you guys don't have a cohort right now, so you'd have to get a cohort. I think, or would that just give you one? Let's see.
I got a cat.
You do have a cat.
Make it a elite skulk cat.
My elite skulking cat.
Yeah. But yeah, so their scale and quality are equal to your current crew tier. So you guys are about to be tier 1, which means your gang is quality 1 and scale 1. So you have, I don't know, half dozen of them roughly who can go do things. Yeah, and elite, you'd have to have the gang to then apply elite to them. So you'd first have to get a gang of rooks or skulks. And then if you had that upgrade, they would get the extra die every time you send them to do one of those related jobs. And basically I treat them like they can be independent. Like I can make roles for them and figure out how they do as you send them out to do something, and then they'll come back and kind of report to you about how it went.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and basically that's based on their quality. Kind of like we talked about with Johnny's. Like if you're sending them out to do something, I'll roll their quality and let you know what happened. You can lead them in group actions, so you can say, "Hey, come along with us and do this thing." or you can direct them. You can command them to do things. So there
I need to remember to take my cat.
manage them. And they can also suffer harm as you send them to do stuff, so they can be weakened, impaired, broken, or dead. Depending.
Bad.
Yeah. And if they die, like, you just have to spend some coin and some time to recruit new gang members to fill them back up. So they don't go away. You don't lose it if they die. It's just like, oh, they're down for the count, but we'll hire some new ones.
So can we upgrade the crew upgrades box? Is that gray one? Is that the only one we can upgrade, or we can also upgrade layer and training and quality and cohorts?
Yeah, you can do any of those.
So we can either choose one of the special abilities or two of the boxes.
Yeah. And cohort takes your 2 upgrades to make a cohort, basically. So if you want to spend both, you can get a little gang to work for you.
Right.
So I like slippery if we choose a special ability. But I also like the training part where we're getting 2 ticks every time we train instead of 1.
Yeah.
So like if we took it in insight and resolve, and then all of our skills, all of our attributes, we could train at double. So that's pretty awesome too. So those are things I would lean towards,
especially at low level.
Right.
Yeah, like ticking up those abilities fast.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I agree with both of those.
That's what I would lean towards.
Yeah, I'm fine with either of those.
Mike, you want to break that?
I mean, I already voted for.
Yeah, he was in for slippery.
Slippery.
Well, let's do it. It's good for us.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys are a slippery crew.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
Slippery assassins.
Nobody knows where we are except for the creepy vampire guy.
Yep. Very slippery assassins. Cool. So that's that. So now your crew advancement. Tick that off. Good. All right.
So yeah, do we get anything else with crew advancement?
Yeah, we do. Like when we get to tier 1.
Yeah. So tier 1 will give you some additional stuff. So
yeah, upon crew advance, each PC gets stash equal to tier +2.
Yep. So for in terms of like the slippery, something we'll just think about before next time is, how did you become that way? Like how has the crew figured out ways to lessen their entanglements, or be better at reducing heat? So that's something we can just keep in mind and think about for.
We've got talking. We've got storage plan evidence.
Yeah. So those are some.
At some point, we should do that in tandem. I'll talk and distract while you go plan evidence.
I think that's what happened.
You should make it I don't know if you can make a downtime action a group action, but.
Cool. So, get to this other thing so we know what we're doing here. So yeah, so we're bumping you up. So what happens is, you go to tier 1, and your hold goes to a week. So that, and we talked about that. That represents, spreading out a little bit. And then you spent the coin. So just make sure you mark that off. And then your rep goes back to 0. And you get that stash, as Suf said.
What is stash?
So that is your own personal, your personal kind of. It represents sort of your wealth, your kind of lifestyle. So it's crew tier +2. So your personal staff which
On your
is
character
on
sheet,
your
there's a
character
stash
sheet.
section.
Yep.
So we just mark 3 boxes of that.
Yep.
That's like our retirement savings.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what you have.
Well,
So 3 black boxes.
I am very happy about that.
Yeah.
That is what I'm in it for, is the stash.
Getting that stash.
So let's keep doing what we're doing.
Let's see. And then, let's see. That is. Let me look and make sure. Where is the stash thing? I'm trying to find it. It's on the character sheet somewhere. Where is it?
It's underneath.
On my character sheet, yeah.
It's
Underneath
like
healing or
Oh, it's under
the
coin.
side
Oh,
harm.
okay.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. So you're marking off those rows. Okay, cool. Yeah, because what happens is each time you fill a row, your lifestyle goes up a level, basically, and you get more special items. Which interesting items. All right, I'm just looking at this now. I never noticed this before. Oh no, this is different. Never mind. I'm looking at this. Forget what I said. I'm lying. I was looking at a different part of the book. What is that? I've never seen that before. But no, we're doing it fine. We're doing it right. It's all good.
All good.
So, but you do have those levels, right? So basically, 0 to 10. That first row is you're poor, and if you and each row sort of gives you your quality level of your lifestyle. So right now, 0. Since you haven't filled that row, you're still like street life, right? Like you guys don't have a whole lot. And the stash, remember, you can turn stash into coin. So like if you really are desperate for coin, you can always pull 2 stash out and get a coin in cash immediately. But it's also kind of as your character retires, sort of where you end up. So 0 to 10, which is kind of like where you guys are now, you end up in the gutter with a miserable existence for the rest of your life. 11 to 20 is meager. You get your own little hovel. 21 to 39 is modest, so a simple home, apartment, some small comforts. You might have a tavern or a small business. And then the last level is fine. You get a well-appointed home, apartment, a few luxuries. You might operate a medium business. So that's just sort of like thinking for the future.
Is there an action you can take to grow your stash? Can you take a coin and throw an extra coin in your stash?
Yeah, you can always move. You can choose to move personal coin to your stash. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It's just a 1-to-1
So
transfer.
that is something you can do. So, yeah, so you just put coin. So you remove the coin from your thing and you add a coin to that row.
Cool.
Yep. And so just like each dot on that row represents taking a coin off of your person and putting it in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Wherever you got it. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
So I'm going to spend my second coin for another action to indulge my vice again.
Ooh, all right.
This time I'm actually going to see my daughter.
Gonna go visit her? Okay, good.
But I'm going to have a gift for her.
Oh.
It's going to be like a little like a stopwatch, or not a stopwatch, a little whatever timepiece.
Yeah.
That will actually like open on her, I don't know, whatever the coming of age is.
Okay.
And reveal the location of the stash.
Oh, nice.
So if I can tinker that together, something that just simple release, release and reveal.
Yeah, give her this nice little gift.
And that's going to make me feel really happy.
Yeah.
And
she
not
clearly,
so stressed.
Yeah, she clearly loves it. And
oh, damn it.
Well,
she's not even... She doesn't even like it.
She liked it. I was not quite sure, like, yeah.
Why does it...
And it opens... Okay.
Oh, it's just a picture in there. I don't. Are there pictures? Yeah. There's a
Oh,
picture
she
in
doesn't
there.
know. Okay. She doesn't know.
No,
About
no, no,
it.
no, no. She can open the. Yeah, but no,
Okay.
it like has a hidden.
That's gonna
yeah.
pop open when.
It's like a the standard open, and then there's like
Okay.
an additional
Got it.
hidden reveal.
Yep.
All right. Well, took a little stress
All
off.
right.
She was upset I didn't visit last week.
Yeah, she was looking for you, waiting for you. You didn't show. She was
And
worried
I'm
about
kind
where
of
you
shifty
were.
and still like looking around a lot, even while visiting with her this time.
Yep, worried about what you were up to. Who knows?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're doing well.
Okay. I hope you're. Things are people. I hear about people dying on the street out there. It's dangerous. I hope you're being careful.
You better be careful.
Of course.
All right, I gotta go.
Man.
And that's why you only lost 2
I'm still stressed.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Just a quick little visit to drop off the watch. Got it.
More ice cream dates in the future.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those go better.
Cool. So, you guys got some choices to make, and I think sounds good with kind of where we're at. So we'll figure out what our next score is going to be, do any preliminary things you might want to do, and then we'll pick up with starting the score next time.
Yeah.
So just to remind you kind of the things you were looking at. So you've got this opportunity that Corson came along and presented to you. There's also still, there's still this idea of, what's going on with this weird medallion or whatever that artifact was that you heard about getting taken from the returning Leviathan hunter ship and getting taken by the Spirit Wardens, kind of unusually, back to Bellwether. That Rigby had told you about, and he'd given you the name of the sailor, and you went and talked to him a little bit and found out that it was this kind of weird arcane thing that he was hoping to sell for a bunch of money, and then the Spirit Wardens took it. You found out what the Red Sashes were planning, whether they're still planning on it or not, or going to try to do it. Who knows? And then you've also got the standard. You could try to take this bit of turf that Corson told you about. There's always also just sort of identifying, because I know last time we talked a little bit about like maybe we just grab some turf for ourselves, try to expand our area of influence a little bit. So there's always just going for one of these other pieces of turf on your map. So got some possibilities.
I think we do what the creepy god wants us to.
I think that we have the basic outline of what the Red Sashes were planning to do, right?
You do, yeah. There was, you'd figured out that they had somebody who they thought was going to get them into Bellwether. They were going to send people in some Spirit Warden masks that they had gotten a hold of, and they would be able to get in, get their body under the guise of being Spirit Wardens, and get out.
Do we have the name of their contact in the Spirit Wardens?
No,
that was spies that we found out about.
It was what?
Were there Spirit Warden names among the spies that we found?
No, this was just that conversation, like a little bit of the conversation that you overheard. That like, oh yeah, everything's ready. People are going to get in and out. It's all fine. It's going to happen. Don't worry.
Right.
So I know Puka's going to go talk with his good friend Flint to see if she can potentially help us get the message to the Spirit Wardens, at least, about what the Red Sashes are planning.
Okay.
And I've got a couple spirits that I need to get rid of too.
Yeah. So you go see Flint.
Yeah.
Ah. Good to see you. It's been a little while.
Always good to see you as well. How have you been?
You know, been doing a brisk business lately. Things
Of course.
things are things are happening.
I believe it. Quite a few things have been happening. But you just talk with the spirits. Tends to chill you out a bit.
Hmm
Mhm.
There are, fortunately, we have several that are good for that sort of thing.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of which, I found a couple that maybe aren't good for that. That I thought maybe you'd be interested in.
Well, I'm all ears.
Great.
What have you
great.
come across?
Well, so there was this one we captured. It was going after a friend of mine who had apparently mistakenly murdered this person back in the Unity we were in. I came a bit angry. It is so. I got one of those, and then we stumbled upon this really old spirit. It seems like it might have been from one of these gangs around here. I don't know, so I'd be a bit careful with it. Those older spirits can be quite powerful.
Yes, they can. Well, I think I might be able to find some interested parties for these.
Oh, fantastic,
I'd like to
fantastic.
leave them here, and as long as our usual arrangement is okay with you, all
It has been lovely so far working with you.
great. Hopefully, I'll have a message and some coin for you soon.
Perfect. While I'm here, you definitely deal with a lot more people than I do in the spirit realm, and I was wondering if that extends to any spirit wardens or the like, because there's some information I'd gotten recently that I thought they might be interested in, and I don't know if you could maybe help me let them know something that might be of concern to them. I mean, I know we don't exactly get along with them, but at the same time, them getting hit in the wrong kind of way could be bad for all of us.
It could. I mean, they do keep things maybe a little too much in check sometimes, but
Obviously, we find ways to work around it. So far, so good.
we do. So you want to get some information their way, hmm?
Oh, aye.
Well, they don't usually like visitors.
Oh, I know that one firsthand. Found that out the hard way.
Well, I don't know. There's not a great way to get to them, but I might be able to work something out. I'll need a couple days.
Sure, of course.
Is this urgent information?
It's fairly urgent. As I understand it, the Red Sashes want to infiltrate the Spirit Wardens and take some things, take some bodies, take this medallion that apparently the Spirit Wardens got their hands on recently. So I'm basically trying to rob them blind, which isn't the worst, but at the same time, if one crew starts doing it, who knows who else is going to do what. Some crews are a bit crazier than others.
So you're saying the Red Sashes, the swords people,
Yeah,
are going to try to infiltrate the wardens?
I mean, from what I understand it, they've got someone on the inside. They've gotten some masks somehow, and so they just plan on slipping right in, taking what they want, and slipping right out. Right, something I figured the wardens might be keen on knowing. It's who knows. They go in, they go out, they go in, they go out, and who knows at what point they decide to start doing something worse than just taking a few things.
So you think they have a way in?
Apparently, they have a way in.
I'd be surprised.
They seem pretty confident.
I'm not surprised at that. But I wouldn't be surprised if their confidence may be a little misplaced. Or perhaps they've been led astray.
I could only hope, but what if they aren't?
Well, that wouldn't necessarily be great.
No. So again, if you could do whatever you could do, I'd appreciate it.
I'll do what I can, and I'll try to make it quick.
Thank you so much. Well, and of course, take some of that coin that you're looking to get for these spirits for that as well. I always appreciate your help.
Oh, thank you.
No, of course.
And I suppose you'll be needing a couple empties. You're leaving these with me.
Yeah, well, I do tend to happen across spirits every now and again.
Well, why
A
don't
little
you
more
take?
often lately.
Yeah, it seems so.
Hmm.
You and and you said we.
Oh, there's this a few nice fellas I've been working with to help get a better acquainted with the city. I still can't quite figure it all out.
Strange place.
It is a strange place indeed. Not like Scoville at all.
No,
Scovillin at all.
no. I
Yeah, nice
suppose
fellas.
not. Yeah. Oh yeah. Why don't you take me? If you come across any more,
I'll bring him right to you.
come back my way.
Thank you so much. You have a lovely day. Or
What?
no, I guess have a lovely night.
Thanks. Why don't you stop by tomorrow night and we'll see if I've gotten anywhere.
Sure, sounds good. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow night.
See you then.
Head off.
So like milk jugs. Give them the empties when you had all the milk and get full ones.
It's the opposite.
It's
You give them the
opposite,
fulls
backwards.
and then you
give
get
them
the
the full
empties.
ones, you get the empties. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't drink what's in this jug.
No, bad. And I'll come back and I'll let the crew know. So yeah, so hopefully, she'll be able to get some kind of message to him, keep him well informed so that Red Sashes don't get to do what they wanted to do.
All right. We're gonna go check out this place.
Then.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give it a look over. Why not? I don't really want to anger whatever Corson is.
Yeah, that's for certain.
Well.
I don't want to know what Corson is.
I really do.
Yeah.
I can't. I think it would have fried my brain if I'd actually looked any harder. Anyways,
Well, let's go take a look.
yeah, right. See if we can. Well, and I guess we're gonna take a look and then try to see if we could figure out if the lamplights would be open to trade of information for turf.
So do you want to?
That's the thing you'll want to do, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. Don't worry.
So yeah, you got a couple things you could do. You can try to gather some information about this bit of turf and kind of see what the deal is there. If you want to find out about the lamp blacks,
Thanks.
I guess the question is, do you go approach them and say, hey, we're interested in this, or do you try to do it more on the down low of like, hey, let's get some word to them or talk to some people, or you sort of put out some feelers and find out kind of what they're doing there.
I mean, I would assume down low.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we did a job relatively recently for the Land Black, so if you wanted to make it more open, you probably could. But
you don't want to tell
we
them
could
we want
probably-
you out of your turf,
Well, and we also
and
don't
then
want
like,
to tell them,
okay, well then we blow it up
right,
or whatever.
We also don't want to tell them like, hey, we've got this awesome list from the Red Sashes. Don't worry about how we got it. Don't tell anybody that we have this list from the Red Sashes that just got hit and their leader was murdered.
Yeah. And it's full of really good stuff, but we're not going to give it to you.
Unless you give up the turf. Right.
Right.
So maybe start
that's
with...
why I think this plan's going to fail from the beginning all along. But anyway.
Well, and that's where I think that would be the score.
Social, yeah.
It would be a social score. So I think like the root of it is seeing, can we get a connection to figure out if they'd be interested in that. So yeah, working through contacts rather than going directly.
Yeah. I haven't seen y'all do much consorting or swaying.
I'm really, really close.
Like I've
To
seen
adopt.
me do it.
Level.
Like I've seen me, and I don't really
Yeah.
do it that well, but I've seen
No.
me do it.
There's a reason I cleared my stress for this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if we're swaying, that's fine, but I imagine there'll be some consorting involved. That'll be difficult. Consorting is very difficult.
All right. Let's go try to find a lamp black contact.
But also think about the best way to just do like a drive-by shooting slash
Right.
bombing.
Right, because
Right.
you never might. You never know, you might need to
I just want to see Lucas shoot a gun.
do
Come
that.
on.
Yeah, that's true.
Good ways.
And I'm getting
Just
better at it too.
put some masks on.
Yeah.
We'll get our goat cart, man. We'll just
The goat cart.
flag.
A getaway goat cart.
Yep. Yeah, the slowest drive-by shooting ever. This ghost is like clip, clop, clip, clop.
Nice.
Yeah, people start to come out and see what the noise was, and you all are still there, like, waiting. Does the cart slowly goes down the street. All right. So the idea is to try and figure out if you can use sort of put out feelers and kind of get some word out, and circulating through, and maybe talk to some people who aren't just not just marching up to their office and being like, hey, we have this, seeing kind of what they're doing with this turf, how much is it worth to them, are they interested in this kind of information to begin with, like if we provide, like, do we even bother trying to begin this kind of information, or is that just like a no-go completely? Is that kind of the idea of what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Then, yeah. Do you guys see this as like its own score, or do you see this as like a kind of setup piece for what the actual score?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a setup, right?
Okay.
I mean, I think that if it went well, then it is the whole score.
Yes. Yeah. If it goes well, then the score is, yeah,
It's
we need
just
to go do
seeing
a
if the
social
score
part.
is even possible.
Yeah.
Right.
If we get a bad vibe off of all the contacts and stuff, then I think we'd probably
Say, nope, new score.
we need to do this another way.
Louder.
Okay. And are you all going to try and work on this together, or is somebody kind of taking the lead and saying, hey, I'll go out and chat with these people and see what I can figure out?
Disadvantage to working together, is there?
Besides, they may notice that we're all together,
Yeah.
because up to this point, the only folks that have really noted we're all together, I think, have been the Lamp Blacks in that first meeting we had with them.
Right.
So
Everybody
this could potentially bring us out. I mean, I know we're not being
I mean, but
ostentatious about it, but we could still potentially be targeted as, hey, those are those four guys.
talking about information that,
we're doing this with the lamp blacks, right?
yeah,
So,
but they're not good.
No, they're terrible.
Don't hate us. And there are people who would hate us if they knew what we've done.
truly.
Yeah. So not making it too obvious.
Yeah.
Staying in the shadows. That's what we do for now.
Yeah, so I guess, that's the question. Are you guys going together to sort of...
I don't think we should go alone.
Yeah, or maybe a couple of you go and a couple of you hang, like however you want to do it.
Yeah. I'll go. I think
I
Luke,
mean, I'll go.
because it sounds like you're the only person with consort.
I've got a dot,
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
All right.
so I can come.
Actually, then maybe the two of you should go. I was just offering, but
Do you not consort?
I will. Maybe 2 more downtimes. Oh no, actually we don't have that upgraded. Give me 4 more downtimes because
We'll upgrade it. We'll get it.
we don't have a whole lot of desperate resolves that we do.
Well,
I haven't been able to make desperate attunes yet.
Cool. So, Luca and Cricket. Is that what we're doing? Send
I'll be
Luca and
your,
Cricket out.
Yeah, you're.
Sure.
Aren't we the two that want to do it the other way?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm not actually told.
Yeah, guys, we'll go find out if this is
I'm
going
not
to
sure.
work.
Yeah.
Out of
They're like,
character. That's
oh,
where I'm
no,
really.
I guess not. Can't do that.
They just walk around for 30
We walk and we
like anybody.
Doesn't this seem like a bad idea? Like, it's dumb.
And then we get back and like, sorry guys, it didn't work out. We're gonna have to go to Plan B.
Not interested. No, there's no way they're giving up the turf.
We're not interested. Yeah. But no, we'll try to go consort. Actually, I kind of think we should all go. Let's all go. Come on.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, we can do
Make it a
finally
group.
do
Let's make it a group action.
Everybody,
We haven't done many group things, so let's do a group action. See what happens.
I like
All
it.
right.
I mean, it's always way better. It's, if we can.
Yeah, and
That's worse.
All right.
you know what? We're tier
I just
one
kind of want
now.
this plan
So
to fail.
That's right. People need to know that we're
tier one.
fools.
People need to know we're serious. Let's go.
All right. So
Ferris
doing-
fools.
Oh yeah, we're going with Ferris fools.
No, I don't know. That's just what I was. The beholders.
Cat?
Oh, that's right. The beholders. I don't know. We'll come back to it. We don't have to talk about that right.
All right. So the first thing you're going to do, let's do a group action, risky standard, and this will be a survey. So the 4 of you are kind of going out into the city and kind of working your way through Crow's Foot, just sort of, getting a sense of what's going on, especially around sort of lamp black turf, and see if you can identify an opportunity to find somebody who's not so high up that it's getting noticed, but that you can just sort of like press for information a little bit about kind of the possibility of this. So yep, so you're all rolling survey and we take the highest
And we can
one.
stop
Yeah,
because we don't
Although-
have the group action yet. Oh, somebody. I don't
Yeah.
know if it has 2 dots.
yeah, if somebody's got 2 they could potentially. All right, Luke,
It's definitely not me.
he must be
Take the lower of these two.
trying real hard. He's still better than Lucas. Lucas trying real hard to find somebody to
I told
talk
you this wasn't
to.
gonna work, guys. Yeah.
No, what about that
Click on
guy?
it, guys. We
Literally
told
right
you
there,
this
that
wasn't gonna
sign that says "I will help."
So, do you have more than 1 dot in survey, Sarge?
No.
All right. Then yeah, so you do manage to find some people that, like nearby one of their other drug dens who are talking about sort of, oh man, wouldn't it be great if we could get moved up to the new place? I hear the clientele there's a little, it was already set up, like it was Red Sashes. It's a lot of money, a lot more money changes hands there. That's a big deal. And so you hear like these are some some low level people who know about what's going on over there, know about the new turf, and you might be able to sort of get some information out of them. So if you're approaching as a group, then we can keep doing these group actions, unless you want to send anyone off on their
Oh, we're a team.
team. All right, I like it.
Yeah, well, we'll just
So I guess there's a couple ways you could approach this one. So you could try and give them the old like, hey, we're gonna rough you up a little bit if you don't tell us what's going on. Like, oh hey, we're we work for the Lamp Blacks too, and that new place, man, and try to deceive them into spilling the beans, or you could just kind of be interested parties who might have some things they could take back to their bosses that would be, make them look real good, and sort of consort with them as fellow kind of like, crow's foot life on the street people who, might have a clue about what's going on. So, what do you
I'm
think?
better at deception, but I don't know how the group wants to roll. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to be like, hey, we've got some information that could make you look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So consort.
Yeah, so group consort.
So we all roll a consort?
Yep, so everybody rolls consort. Risky standard.
Goodness at it.
And
Mine's a 2.
see.
Oh, even
So far 2.
got up to a 3.
Oh, boy.
3. Got it up to a 3.
Good. This
Okay.
plan stinks.
Not gonna work.
Let's go load our pistols.
So what is consort if I have -1 die?
You still roll 2 and take the low. Yeah, you always, even if you would have a negative number, you still always just roll 2 and take the lowest number.
So you rolled a 2. You can get under that.
I can get under 2. Yeah. Let me try it again.
I mean, this is like every time he re-rolls his 1 or 2 and he gets a 1. Oh, I got a 3 that time.
Well, you tried.
I did.
Yeah.
I'll keep the 2.
So yeah, you kind of make your way over to chat with these guys and try that inroad of like, hey, we might know something. And they, as you approach, they clam up a little bit on their talk about this new place, this new thing they've been, that the Lampblacks have been so fortunate to grab a hold of. Well, we don't just, we don't just talk to anybody on the street and go back to our bosses or whatever you think you know. I mean, are you guys from Crow's Foot?
Yes. Actually, I am.
I mean, then you should know that we've got things pretty well under control here.
It could always get better. Or
Yeah,
worse.
It's getting better.
Or worse.
Aye, if you knew what we knew.
But I understand if you don't feel like that information just handed to you is nothing you want to have.
I mean, it'd have to be pretty good. And I mean, so far you haven't really given us much idea what it is.
Well, Sonny, you don't just hand over the goods, and you should know that. You're from Crow's Foot, right? So, I mean, what we have is good. Now, whether or not you want to benefit from it, it's different. Perhaps you don't like to get rich. Perhaps you don't even like your betters, or I guess they wouldn't say betters. I guess you wouldn't like your the upper ups in your organization appreciating you a bit more. But hey, that's just me. Perhaps you just like living down here. Then again, perhaps bringing this information could get you to where you want to go, where you were just saying, in the nicer parts of town.
Well, let's say then we just, take it off your hands and we'll see if it's worth anything.
Oh, Sonny boy.
Hey, and he gives a couple raps on the door of this place they're standing in front of. Hey, get out here. So about that information, maybe we'll just take it off your hands right here and now. What do you say?
Are you dumb? You're going to take information off my hands. Do you know where information lives?
So you don't have any actual proof, is what you're saying.
Well, we've got it, but you think I'm just going to carry it around with me? No wonder you're down here.
Didn't you come here to give it to us?
No, son.
Puka, let's just leave these guys alone.
All right, fine. It's some people just don't appreciate a gift horse.
Yeah, I don't think they quite get it at all.
Oh, well, thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Have a good evening.
Oh, we will.
Somebody else will too.
Do we try to find a second approach?
Walk away. It's like,
Or even them?
Yeah.
I don't think that works so well.
Yeah, I mean,
We didn't need to get in a fight there, though. That's
well,
not
that's true. That's true.
going to help anybody.
But I mean, I also feel like we made a good approach on that one.
Oh.
Man,
We need to
it seems so
do it a little differently.
promising.
Yeah,
You guys seem
I mean-
like the right people to talk to.
they were pretty right.
I just didn't believe
Just
you.
didn't say the right things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sun's still
Take a
high.
stroll by the den and
Yeah, just take a walk.
check it out. You know,
I
can't
don't-
hurt to know what
Sure.
they got there.
All right, well, yeah, we'll go check out this drug den.
So yeah. So do you want to go directly there and actually check it out, or do you want to try and find somebody who can maybe tell you about what's going on up there?
I mean, I would say like we sort of head in that direction, but if we happen to see somebody who looks like they might know something, or we know like, hey, there's a dude that hangs out in this shop.
I mean, you may be able to. I mean, there are some people around town who might know a little more about the ins and outs of drugs moving around Crow's Foot or Duskball, in a larger sense.
Sounds like we might have to hunt them down.
You might.
Oh, I could do that.
You might want to hunt somebody down. Or yeah, I mean you can try and find somebody that way. Or if you already know somebody or want to visit one of the places that traffics in this sort of thing, that's another place you could potentially start as well. Or you can
Might
just
know any good drug dealers.
go stroll by and see what's what.
Only spirit walkers.
Sarge, aren't you
Yeah,
We're talking what?
knowledgeable
Not
on
your-
this stuff?
another.
Isn't that your realm?
Saw that powder on your nose.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know?
Know of I don't know of any place that would help us under these circumstances.
Well, we go take a look.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna have Luca try and track somebody down, or are you guys just gonna go find this place where it was indicated to you and just sort of see what's what?
I could probably find somebody. I do know this area generally kind of well.
Yeah.
So if we want to just, but if I take a little time,
We have time.
all right. I'm gonna hunt then.
All right. So, making a risky hunt roll to see if you can.
So
Pick out
what does
somebody.
+1? What does +1 effect mean? Because I'm gathering info to locate a target, so I get a new thing.
Yeah. So that would.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah. So generally we have. So typically effects for things are standard. That's just sort of like the normal thing, which means you do the thing that you try to do.
Mhm.
You achieve what you expect as normal. and decide once that's happened, is that enough? Is it not enough? Do I need to keep doing what I'm doing? Great is you achieve more than you would normally expect. So there's an extra effort that manifests itself in some way, or you get some additional benefit out of doing that thing because the effect was better. There's also limited effect, which is it's either a weak version of what you're trying to do or a partial version of what you were trying to do. You didn't have quite the impact you thought you would have with that action, and so what do you need to do to get to the thing that you wanted to try to do? So this is kind of a 3-tier thing: limited, standard, great. So if you rolled it and you succeeded, instead of standard effect, you would have great effect
on a 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so you get something extra.
Okay. Okay. Four to 5.
All right. So yeah, you do find somebody. So you guys kind of mill about near this place, and you identify someone who looks like they're probably probably a dealer who's come here to pick up something or do some kind of business with them, and as you watch them leave, you identify like, hey, this is somebody who's seen the inside of this place, who's probably been doing this job for a while, and might be able to clue me in.
I'll approach.
And as you get a little bit closer, you realize that this is actually somebody you know. This is somebody you've talked with before. This is somebody who knows you, Luca, personally, and is related to these other folks that you chat with from time to time. Luca
and friends,
and yeah. Hey, don't usually see you over this way.
Yeah, we're just out for an afternoon stroll.
It's a nice day. I was just, doing a little business.
Yeah, business is good.
It is. They're this particular establishment a little friendlier these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the previous owners weren't quite as helpful, I guess you could say.
Huh.
They preferred their own people a little more. Didn't quite so much care for the folks like us, I guess you could say.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say this establishment, what do you mean? I'm just kind of looking around.
Oh, well, and kind of opens up the coat a little bit and some powder in there.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in there if you like to. If you have an interest in making some money off that sort of thing, they've got the supply, and you got to get from there to the people somehow.
I kind of glance over at Puka. Lucas still is unsure what we're doing here. So that's why he's like glancing over at you, like,
No.
you know,
This is
time
your
to pick up the
plan.
conversation.
And I'll
Yeah.
I'll jump in and I'll are they looking to do more business? Do you know? And I'll pat my briefcase.
Oh, I mean, they might be interested if you if you have some knowledge in that area. Although, they don't really call the shots here. That's that's Basso. This is his place now. So
Who's the person to deal with here? Or what's their standard operation? I don't want to go in and look foolish.
well, no, I mean, you could, obviously they can sell you what you need, and if you've got something they might be interested in, well, they'd probably take it back to him and see if it's something he wants to get into. I don't think they'll make the call here on their own.
I want to flash back to our conversation of what information were we looking for? Just
That's it. I should have done that earlier too.
No, yeah. I mean,
how many people are in there? Who's it like?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just general information about the place so we can try and decide how we would want to go about hitting
Flushing them out.
Either flushing them out, burning down the den, because if there's nothing to, if it's not lucrative, then are they really going to stick around? Yeah, like figuring out what we can find out about this place.
Is it a large organization?
This,
Yes.
well, I mean, it's getting bigger. Not, I mean, they don't have a whole lot of people in there right now. Enough to keep business moving along, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it grow a little bit. I think it's gonna, make them a good bit more money than they're used to, and they may invest in here a little more than some of their other places around the neighborhood.
So did it just change management? Like the usual people are there, but the lamp blocks are kind of heading it up, or?
No. There's this used to be kind of a Red Sash place, but they're all gone. Lamp Black have it completely in their hands now.
I gotcha. It's a lot of their folk in there. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Red Sashes have been kind of, I don't know. I haven't seen them around here as much lately, the last couple days.
Yeah, we noticed the same. It's strange.
Yeah, they've been a little quiet.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Right.
Kind of need to just see it for
All right.
myself.
Yeah.
I'll see it for
Because I mean,
yourself.
like we're looking at the building. I mean,
Yeah.
So does this seem like a manufacturing place? Is this just like a depot?
Yeah, just sort of a hub for where they move product. So yeah, they get wherever they get their shipments from. They get it here and get it ready to distribute, and they collect here, and I imagine get it back to HQ whenever they have some time, or maybe I don't know, maybe they stash some here. They don't really let me in the back, but
Of course.
yeah, I expect they'll hold on to this one. This is a pretty big deal for them.
It seems like it. It seems like it. I imagine a lot of product would go through here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna have to probably do some recruiting if they're gonna take full advantage of what they're capable of here.
That's true.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get some more hands on deck.
Well, I wonder if we can't profit with them.
I mean, maybe.
See,
You,
you have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, if you've gotten in there, this might be a good place to jump in on.
Could always use some extra scrap.
Yeah, I think you'll do well if you can get in here with them.
So are you in with them, or why aren't you jumping on board the old lamp black train?
Well, I'm not quite there yet. I'm still, still out on the street, moving what I can get from them, but I'll get there. I just got to show them. Well, I got to show them that, that I'm the kind of person who can get things done. Make them a lot of money.
I think I gotta spend a lot upgrading this place. Wouldn't it be better to just sort of spin this off and get a little bit of money without having to put in all the infrastructure?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I bet they'll see a pretty big return on whatever investment they make here.
Huh.
I wouldn't expect them to give this one up now that they have it. Especially considering who they got it from.
Why? Yeah, they've got some bad
True.
luck.
Yeah, if nothing else.
So much violence. Jeez.
Yeah, if nothing else, they can. It's always something they can hold over their heads. This was yours, now it's ours. I'm sure they like that.
Aye.
Well, good to see you. Good luck with your ventures.
Thanks. Hopefully things will go well for me, and pretty soon I'll be moving on up. Get out of Crow's Foot, get a nice little place for myself.
That's the dream.
Mm-hmm.
For some.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you fellas. And Ed, you should, if you've got connections with Basco, you should talk to him about getting in on this action.
Whew. Yeah, if only.
Well,
yeah.
I'll see you around.
All right. Let's wander off.
Yep.
Well,
I could see it going a few ways.
there's the end right there.
Yeah.
Well, but that begs the question, are we going to try to take this, or are we just destroy it?
So
We try to take it to be able to defend it.
And I don't think the four of us could defend it.
no, I don't see that happening at all. But I also don't see us pushing these people out of here without
Killing
violence.
a lot of it.
I still haven't heard any, y'all suggested earlier today, this morning, that maybe we could bribe somebody out of here. But so far I haven't seen a plan from anybody yet that shows that we're bribing anybody out of here.
No, unfortunately.
If we got with Bez.
We don't necessarily have to kill people, though. We could destroy the building, destroy the product, destroy the reputation. I mean, there's a few other things we could wreck this situation they got without killing the people inside. They might just replace the people if we kill the people.
Right.
I think they would. And
If we can ruin the businesses, I don't know.
They would try to take it back.
Or if we can just make it, not necessarily kill people, but make it so that people don't want to go here because it's too dangerous to go there. They've been attacked too many times, scare the patrons away.
I mean, it could be we wait until they get a decent sized shipment in and then burn everything down.
I would imagine a decent sized shipment would be more heavily guarded.
It would be. But if we're on the inside, it could make it easier.
Yeah, if somehow it's just the four of us that are working that night, sure.
No, it doesn't have to be just the four of us. I mean, Cricket, you seem like you're good with all kinds of gadgets. Couldn't you wire something together that would, I don't know, either explode or cause a fire or do whatever it needs to do? We just need to get in there and plant it in the right place.
Bring me great pleasure.
How big is this place?
So this building is a 2-story building, and it's like medium house size for Crow's Foot. So you think like 2 or 3 bedroom house size roughly. So not huge. And it's a
Is it made of wood?
it's stone building.
So burning it down is going to be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, but
The roof's not stone.
Right. I imagine there's an inside that can be burned and the product can be burned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably can't burn. I mean, burning down the actual outside structure.
Can make it a hollow,
yeah,
shell.
it could burn out the inside. You imagine?
Right. No floors, no roof, no product. That'd be a bad time.
Yep.
Not worth investing at that
Empty
point.
shell of a building.
Right.
Isn't. Yeah.
So
The product would be expensive to replace.
just so we're clear on this, you believe confidently that we can do this without anybody getting killed and with nobody knowing it was us.
No, I didn't say that. But if somebody
I
has
think
to
this
die,
might be the easiest job yet.
I mean, it's, there are ways to try and get people out of the building. They might have to kill somebody. Not that I look for it, but I mean, if that's the plan, that's the plan. I think we've both made it clear as long as we're on the same plan, going in and going out, things are a bit smoother. I don't relish killing somebody. But if we have to do what we have to do, then I understand it. So long as get some kind of warning before we do it. More than 5 seconds.
Well, what difference would a warning make?
I can at least prepare myself and my soul.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
Just prepare myself to deal with the stress and the weight of, someone's life being extinguished from my own actions. And the possibility that they might come back to haunt me or possess me.
And that takes you about 5 minutes, does it?
No, a bit longer than that. It's, that's quite the thing to come to terms with for most people, I would imagine.
So we need to give you like a 10-minute warning?
No, like at the beginning of before we do the score, it'd be nice to know how much killing we think we might be getting into.
So Cricket, what is it you think you can do?
Oh, I mean, we could just burn the place down.
From the inside? Or you think you can do it from the outside?
I don't know. Maybe we got some ways. We can,
I don't need a maybe here. We need like an actual definitive.
We can throw some explosives in the windows, the doors. Some Molotov cocktails, something up on the roof.
Why can't you do something better though? I mean, it's
we can.
A cocktail can be put out. Can you make something that won't go out?
Oh, we might be able to make some stuff that's real hard to. Stuff's real hard to put out.
Napalm.
You step on it and it just gets on your boot and keeps burning. Yeah, I can maybe make something a little more.
Some Greek fire.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I guess we could smoke them out first too. I can load us up. We could make something that doesn't happen when we're there. Happens on a delay, maybe even. I don't know. That seems.
So we're going to stealthily infiltrate this place, plant these, and leave?
Could be.
We're going to
It's
You could
an
get on the inside and plant. You could.
Deceptively enter this place and leave.
I mean, you could just
There's a lot of ways we could assault
sneak
this
up,
place
sneak
and leave.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the fastest thing you can? We got horses. What do we
No, goats. Goats are the fastest
ride
thing.
by on
Your
horses?
wagon, man.
Ride by.
Your cart.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just
Uh,
hit and run.
you're going to.
Yeah, that would be assault. I mean, we could do an assault where we just try to hit and run and throw some stuff in to burn it. Stealth it in.
Not going to work.
I
What?
don't see that. I don't see that working too well.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, were there even windows that weren't just boarded up, Josh,
Uh,
or
So
like
it-
barred?
yeah. I mean, it looks like they've taken some. Well, not necessarily the lampblacks themselves, but yeah, this building was already set up to be fairly secure, since
Yeah.
it houses a lot of valuable material.
Right.
Put it that way.
Right. So a drive-by goat would not work well. We'd have to get in somehow.
Not to mention,
I still
if you
think
do this while
Baz.
if
Say
you
again,
do
Mike?
this while people,
No, sorry.
I don't think we meet with Baz.
Try to go the route of trading information.
the problem with meeting with Basil Baz is that if our cover gets blown, then he now knows.
Exactly
Sounds
who
like
and
it's
how.
Worth a lot to him. I mean, I still think potentially knowing who could stab your back is worth more than a den, but it sounds like it's maybe too lucrative.
Pride
I
at
also-
stake too.
I
I also feel like they would just take it from us and try to dispose of us.
We don't tell them the extent of the information that we have,
That's
So we're
the
gonna
problem.
go-
They want proof.
and that we know who all the spies are for all of the gangs in the entire town. That's too much. But if we say that we came upon information that implicates X number of
their own people.
their own people as actually working for the Red Sashes,
That could be enough throwing the pride in the opposite direction. True.
It's not going to get them to leave this. It's not going to get them to leave this manufactory, though.
trade the names for us having sole use of the turf.
They're not going to trade. They're not going to trade a drug den to us for a bunch of names that we can't even verify.
You might just need to sell the names. Give them one name they can check out so they know it's good information, and then sell them the rest.
I think we just sell the names to the highest bidder. And fuck them all.
Luke is so angry. Love it.
Giving them one name to show that this is real information.
They're not going to give up a drug den for names.
At least not one
This
that's
is-
so lucrative. I'm afraid I am agreeing on this one.
That's not a bargaining chip.
Not with what this den seems to be worth.
Mm.
So we burn it.
Burn it to the ground.
No, if you want to go burn it and then go sell it to them, or burn it and take it to them and give it to them, and that'll throw the scent off of we were the ones that did it.
Aye.
But I could give a shit who's working in whose gang.
So we don't burn it, the building? Wait, what were you saying, Luca?
I think he was saying we burn it and then we try and get some good rapport by
Oh, sure.
following up our cruel actions with a kind gesture.
Sure.
It throws the scent off of us.
I don't know that I want our names tied to that information though. I'd rather bring a third party in to deliver.
Because that brings into the question of how we got that information in the first place.
Right.
That's fine with me. As I said, it goes back to we sell to the highest bidder. I'm fine with that too.
Right. All right, so burn the place down, sell the names, move on.
So we're gonna burn it from the outside, or we're gonna get in the inside? I think that's kind of where we were 10 minutes ago when we started this conversation.
I think we got to get inside.
We can get a little bit inside, just a little outside, little inside mix. Maybe a little burn to get the people out, a little bomb to finish things off.
Gotta be more than a little bomb.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You making a missile? What are you making?
I mean, maybe that delivery has a little extra something, a little extra present there with it, or yeah,
Make it a transport hit as it's coming in. The transport, we add something to the mix.
Goat can be our suicide driver.
Have you ever played Goat Simulator?
No.
I've seen it. I've never played it, but I need to go play it to do some study for this game. Like blow up goats and they like fly around. I don't know.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do it. You could do a transport job and try to rig a shipment coming in. Or yeah, you could just go assault and just chuck bombs at it until it blows up.
I mean, just it'd be so fun to smash down the door and then just like run in and just.
Pow, pow, pow.
Or you could either try to stealth. Yeah, you could stealth or social your way inside and try to rig it to blow from within.
Hitting the transport will be a lot easier than trying to get in.
If we're looking for a big score, like a big transport, so that it's going to hit them hard enough, then it's probably going to be well guarded.
Well, we'd have to plant onto the transport the explosive, and then they'd bring the explosive in, and then it would blow up some hours later.
Yeah, but how do we get to the transport? Because the hard part would be figuring out how we get to the transport. Because I imagine it being well guarded. If we're looking for a big score
and keeping it from getting found. I mean, it's not going to look real normal for at least what I've got in mind. I mean, it can be somewhat hidden, but you don't want them to have a lot of time to inspect the shipment.
Well,
Right.
disguise it as a sealed container of very valuable powder.
So,
Open
but
it prematurely.
the job wasn't to destroy the shipment. The job was to destroy the building, or to make sure they don't want to come back to the building.
right?
What if?
So who cares about the shipment?
Well, I think though the idea that was being brought up was rig the shipment so when it gets there,
So it gets on the inside and
it gets
That's
on the
the
inside and we
Trojan.
don't have to. Yeah, Trojan horse it.
I mean, I think we might be able to just go in as customers and I don't know. It's not like it's closed to the public, right?
We're gonna have to go find out.
We can social our way in and then assault if we have to.
Yeah. So
Smoke our way out.
is it a manufacturer or a factory, or is it like a drug den where like, hey, we can go and
This is a distribution center basically. So yeah, I mean you could walk in as people who are interested in buying and then selling said material.
okay.
But yeah, that's why it would need to be when there's a big shipment there.
Yeah.
So it hurts them.
Well, just losing the building is that's
Well,
the,
but I mean, a building's a building. They get a new building, they do some legwork. But if they've got,
Corson only said, get them out of the building.
well, he said get them off the turf, right? If they let's say they move a
If we
couple
burn the
houses
building
down.
down, if we burn the building down, they're not coming back to the building.
True.
there is the matter of there's probably a good bit of coin we wouldn't want to leave in a burning building, so we probably should take that too.
That is daring.
I mean, he did say we could keep it.
Right.
Good.
You just have to get it out of there.
Yeah, it would be remiss if we.
That complicates things,
So
but maybe in a good way.
We also probably would want to hit it at the time it's the least populated.
Right. Minimize.
I don't know when that would be. I would
casualties.
assume it'd be in the middle of the night, but it's a drug den, so who knows?
Might be in the middle of the day
Right.
when there's less people
First thing in the
coming.
morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does the building appear to have electricity?
I mean, there are obviously lights on inside.
Okay.
We might have to go in and find out.
Is there like central plumbing?
No, there is not.
So how
no
does
central
how
plumbing.
does how do people go to the bathroom in this city?
I mean, it's pretty gross.
Pretty. Throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Pretty style.
So,
I just didn't know if I could wreck that and that would make them, I don't know, want to get out or.
yeah. I mean,
Flood.
So there's generally, so especially here where you are, there's not a lot of houses don't have running water, don't have toilets. There are outdoor water pumps where people can go and, it's shared by a lot of people. And a lot of times it's polluted. People, they might, if there is a toilet, there might be, 100 people sharing it. And it's, out in some sort of public space somewhere. There are still open sewers. People throw their trash in the street. It's pretty gross. That's
Okay.
less. That's in the wealthy parts of town. That's not the case. People are a little better off. A little better off there. They're not throwing their trash. The streets are kept clean. There are. There's not yards that are shared between houses with, you gotta go see if one of the neighbors is out there using the toilet and wait in line. It's your turn. The nice ones have, like, either they have people who manage their chamber pots for them, or they have private outhouses they use on their property. So
There's no like gas lines or anything like that in this.
No.
But electricity, you said that could either be centrally run within the building if it's big enough, or it's provided from a external source.
yeah, so there's not like a power grid that goes throughout the city, but as people are able to afford it, they can have power at their at their homes or buildings, if they have the means.
So would that be something I could potentially tinker with to either shut off or overload?
Yeah, if you can find kind of the source how they get it, then you can potentially shut down their power.
Good. I mean, we can plan more
Next time.
next time.
Yeah.
And flashback to that. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So
So which style are we
Yeah, I'm
choosing?
getting
though?
in there.
seems like it's easiest just to walk in now. They might need a distraction,
Social it.
a social distraction, and maybe
Social stealth
somebody
combo.
sneaks in around and plants what's necessary, or yeah.
Yeah.
or maybe something other mishap happens, and yeah,
So we're trying
fires
to be
start. Some of that stuff may be flammable.
stealthy again.
Oh, I don't think we're saying
Even though we
full
know
stealth,
this,
right? It's we're just going in, socialing in.
Yeah, we're at least socialing in. And
but then there
we'll
might be some
turn into
stealth
stuff.
distractions, sabotage,
Right.
assault, all the good stuff.
All right. So you guys are going to try to
Nice.
negotiate, bargain, or
Social our
persuade
way in.
your way in. And what's your social connection? What's the play there in terms of trying to get in?
Lucas' friend? No.
If he's willing to,
We're just trying to
Get
be
us
part of the
in.
business. We're like similar to
but I mean, he's still an outsider. I mean, he's not. I mean, he's a buyer.
And somebody they know.
True.
I mean, that might be enough connection for us to get in, also
in.
be buyers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do we necessarily need to know anybody if we're just buyers? We can just show up at the door and be like, "Hey, we want to buy
Buying.
might get a little more,
4 bags of Coke."
little less attention if we.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be a little less
Have
odd
somebody.
if they had somebody bring you there and be like, hey, they want in on the action. Rather than just sort of approaching and being like, hey, you don't know us. We know that you have a bunch of drugs here and we want to go sell them. Yeah, having somebody to kind of
Vouch.
vouch for you.
No. Clearly, I don't know how the drug world works. Yeah. All right.
Cool. All right, so gonna
Let's get us an in then.
look up Lucas, buddy, and try and get
Go
your
find
way in
Pete
there.
again. Yeah.
All right,
We'll
cool.
figure it out from there next time.
Well, and we will see what happens with this exploding
Sabotage. That's a thing we do.
Yeah, that's something we do.
sabotage.
We're supposed to do.
This is going to be 4 for 4.
It's going to be great. All right. Well, we
All right.
will see you all for D&D Thursday and blowing up some drugs on Sunday. All right. We'll see you later this week, everybody. Take it easy.
Bye, y'all.